Hey, we are live. We should be live. Anyway, recording. So,
Yep.
this is the Jutenschlag campaign, and I don't know how many people are going to mispronounce that, including yours truly, before the end of time, before this campaign ends, but that is actually a made up word from the giant language. Jotun is giant for giant, and Schlag is giant for battle, hence Giant Battle, the name of the campaign. And I think it's actually derived from Finnish.
Old
Yeah,
Norse.
Old Norse. That's it. Yes, thank you.
Jotunschlag.
Jotunschlag. So now instead of hearing me massacre Slavic accents like in Barovia, you're going to hear me massacre the
Norwegian.
Great.
Norwegian style
Great.
accents. But not until you run into a giant,
Oofda.
hopefully. Oofda, yeah. Or I could just talk like in Fargo. All the giants talk like they're in Fargo.
Right.
Oh
Yeah, hey
yeah,
there.
yeah. We're gonna go
Yeah, yeah. I'm a giant from Minnesota, eh?
So, anyway, this being the first session, I think we'll do the customary round robin and have you guys introduce your characters. I guess we could start with Dave. Why don't you start?
All right. I have a. Let me actually pull it up. It's a half elf ranger. I'm not. I have 45 down. I don't know if half elves age differently than, but she's young. I don't know.
That's just a baby.
Yeah,
Babe in the
short,
woods.
um, petite, studded leather, wears a little amulet of Field of Wildflowers, and she's a member of the Emerald Enclave. Her father was also in the Emerald Enclave back where she's from, and Paul might have to refresh me on that because I don't have this. What, something Fields, right?
Golden Fields is where
Gold
she grew
Field.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, area. Um, her mother disappeared when she was young, like really young, and was pretty much raised by her father at the Emerald Enclave encampment area. And, you know, so she had a pretty nice upbringing and whatnot, but one of the things is, she never knew her mother. So that's always something out there that she's searching for, whether alive or dead. And then she was engaged, and her fiance just basically vanished one night and never heard from him again.
Deadbeat.
So she has a longbow and two short swords. Probably will hang out in the perimeter and use the longbow, but will definitely come in as needed as well.
All right. Okay, then going next, I guess we'll go with Kyle. Why don't you introduce your character?
All right. My character is Samril Kelkus. I am also a half elf. I'm a half elf bard. I'm about 23 years old, so very young. I grew up in Silvery Moon, and both of my parents met at Fakluken. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but my character would, sure.
Guntelgrim?
Fakluken. It's
Oh, fuck.
Bard College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, words are hard for me. I don't know. But they met as instructors at the Bard College, and so I've kind of followed in their footsteps as a bard, and I carry around a small harp that it's kind of like a handheld harp that I can play. And I've been traveling kind of all around Faerun, mostly in the north, and I guess I'm just kind of young and trying to find my way right now.
So the big question in everyone's mind is, does the heart do gent? Math metal.
It can.
I want to hear you play some Meshuggah on that before you're done.
Right.
So, okay, next we'll go to Tim.
Okay, my character is Serendil, and you guys are half elves. He's all elf. He's
No half measures here.
100% elf.
He's an Eladrin from the Feywild. He is kind of youngish at 60. He's tall and thin, and he's got silver hair. He's got one red eye and one silver eye. He grew up in the Feywild and was inducted into the armed forces there, basically the army. He became what's known as a Master of 10, which is kind of the equivalent of like a sergeant in the military there, and was defending the Feywild from incursions. He heard about threats to the Feywild from the Prime Material Plane, and decided and heard about from other Eladrin about the other places in the universe, and became very curious and wanted to learn more. And so about a year ago, he came to are we in Neverwinter or Waterdeep? I forget.
You guys are actually going to start right outside, just south of Waterdeep, and I'll
Waterdeep.
kinda
Okay.
yeah.
So he came to Waterdeep and was super excited. And, he's very friendly, and he comes across as naive because he's so friendly, because he wants to meet everybody and learn everything and just get to know everything. And he became super fascinated. And even though he hasn't really been outside of Waterdeep much, he's like studying all the time about all these places in the Sword Coast, and is like, oh, hey, he knows all this useless trivia about all these places because he just keeps reading about all this stuff and talking to travelers, but he hasn't actually been anywhere yet. So so it's all like book knowledge, but he's just super curious, and he's like just wants to know more and more and more. And as he's come to know the place, he really loves it here. So he's sort of fully embraced this as home. So he's like, he's like that guy who goes to another country and just like totally goes native and knows more than the locals to an annoyance, and and just wants to know it all and live it all. So so he's sort of an and he's a wizard, so he was a battle mage. So he understands, he knows his military life that he had before, but he's really eager to seek out and end threats to the Feywild but really also protect his new adopted home.
Cool. Awesome. All right, well, let's move to Don with Valdry. Is that how you pronounce it? Valdry?
Valdry, that is correct. So Valdry is a protector Aasimar who hails from the far eastern reaches of Faerun in Mulhorand. He is also he's 23, a little above average height and weight. He has topaz eyes. He has copper skin with faint opalescent feathers on his shoulder, and he has bronze hair. So his city where he was born in Mulhorand was taken over by the Amaskers when he was very young. Eventually they were overthrown, but during that time he learned that he knew that he was different somehow, and his mother told him about his father being celestial, and he was always instructed that he had to be very careful and not to reveal himself or draw attention to himself. So as a result, he has grown up to be very wary and initially distrustful of anyone that he meets until trust is earned. When he was 10, his mother died, but he was still continued his education with the priests in his town. And then his diva's name is Milandra, and she speaks to him in dreams. And about the time he was 17, 18 years old, she spoke to him and told him that he needed to embark on a quest towards the great western sea of Faerun. So he embarked out on 18 and has been traveling, and took him about 5 years before he finally arrived in Waterdeep. When he first got there, he was just overwhelmed by just the number of creatures and beings there. And as a protector Aasimar, his quest or mission in life is to protect those who are weak or in need, and to stamp out evil. And he was almost overwhelmed with the amount of evil that he felt and encountered in Waterdeep, and while also keeping his true identity shielded, because his mother and his teachers always told him that there would be those out in the world that, if they found out his true nature, would view him as a prize and would try to do away with him. So he is just trying to find his way in Waterdeep, and has probably crossed paths once or twice with Serendil, just because of his kind of mission out there to protect the weak. And whereas Serendil is very naive and happy and friendly and wants to talk to everybody about everything, Valdry is very guarded and keeps to himself. So
I can see some interesting interactions going on there.
Yeah, it should be. They're kind of they seem to be kind of the yin and yang of the party potentially. So that is Baldry.
Cool. And last but not least, Paul, tell us about Groot.
So Groot Thistlestorm is oldish for I guess starting adventure. The last 64 years, he's been hanging out with, Gemma Greenwood. It was his, master, and taught him the ways of being a druid. She was a member of the Emerald Enclave, and they roamed for a long time, all through Faerun, mostly along the Sword Coast, in the middle upper section. So Gemma had a singular obsession with thwarting the Zhentarim, and so Groot kind of just got rolled into that over the decades. And just about a year ago, Gemma died at the hands of the Zhent Wizard, and he went out to lunch for about a year, kind of lost, didn't know what to do. But then he decided that he would pick up Gemma's mantle in the Emerald Enclave, and he met Dave, what's your character's name?
Mirror.
Mirror, in an inn, right? Yeah, we met in an inn. Didn't we all meet in an inn, or three of us meet in an inn?
I'm
Kyle was performing there, I think. Kyle.
Yeah, so Kyle. Yeah. Anyway, so he's 6 foot tall, 152 pounds. 160 pounds. He's 152 years old. That's pretty old for a starting adventure. Usually about 100 years older than normal. So he's been around the block a time or two.
You start collecting Social Security pretty soon.
I looked it up. It was like this is like middle age, right? So it's like 300-ish for
the grizzled veteran of the group, apparently.
Well, he'd be me if I was an elf.
Oh, okay.
I could probably add a couple more things, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. If you want to add something.
Yeah. So I think, like in the inn, I recognized like a patch or emblem on Groot's clothing of the Emerald Enclave, and So I just struck up a conversation, and being a member of the Emerald Enclave, I'm actually working my way to Waterdeep to deliver a letter you think might be important to my old neighbors that were kind of like my, I don't know, grandma and grandpa to me as I was growing up. And they actually moved to Waterdeep to assist their son in some business venture. So I'm actually delivering this letter to them that came to their old house.
Well, actually, there's a few details that are different. It's actually you're traveling from Waterdeep to Nightstone. We're going to actually start this campaign on the road to the village of Nightstone. The people you're talking about actually did live in Waterdeep next door to you while you were living there, and they moved to Nightstone. The woman actually was called into service as being like the official record keeper for the matron of Nightstone, who you guys will probably be familiar with in various degrees. Her son is actually not in Nightstone. He's elsewhere. But yeah, so what happened for, and I guess this is a good point as I need to transition to this, how everyone comes together. For Mirror, like I said, she lived next to these people before they moved away, but recently her father received a piece of correspondence intended for them, and so Mirror volunteered to go and deliver to them this message that was mistakenly delivered to her address. Presumably, it was originally intended to go to them, but they don't even live there anymore, so you have it. So she would have been on the road traveling to Nightstone. Now, whether you guys left Waterdeep with her or met her along the way, that's, I guess, what we can find out from you right now. We're gonna start the adventure on the road from Waterdeep to Nightstone. So the question is,
can you show that on the map? I could never
Sure,
find that
yes.
stuff on the map.
I can pull up the Sword Coast map. So this is the humongous Sword Coast, and you guys, let's see where you would be. Waterdeep is down towards the bottom, and in fact, I've got a little P icon. P, that's for party. P is for party, amongst other things. So
Nightstone wasn't on my map. Where'd you get this map?
This is a custom map that was made, kind of derived from the larger Sword Coast map that is in the Sword Coast Adventures Guide and the Storm King Center Adventure.
Okay. I like it.
So yeah, this is Waterdeep, and you guys are heading towards there, and this is where we'd be picking up right after you cross the Desarin River. But between Waterdeep and there, it would probably be good to explain why everyone's traveling together. So why would everyone else be joining in this journey to Nightstone? There were a few possible reasons, if I recall.
Yeah, there was a discussion of potential negotiation between the elves and the village.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. So there's the party has a very high composition of elves, so it's a good or half elves, I should say. There, two of you would be elves, and two of you would be half elves, and then an Eladrin, right?
Yep.
No, I mean then a celestial.
Eladrin's an elf, yeah, celestial.
That's what I was thinking.
If it ain't elvish, it's crap.
Right. So from what you know, the Lady Nander, who runs Nightstone, she was looking for people to help negotiate an extended peace treaty with the elves.
Sure.
Mainly, you guys aren't aware of all the details, but from what you've heard, the forest, the Ardeep Forest, which is located north of Nightstone, that was always a territory that the elves held. And when Nightstone was founded, there used to be a lot of tension that developed between the elves and the residents of Nightstone. There would be a lot of hunting expeditions going into the Ardeep Forest. The elves would not like that, and so they'd push back. It eventually culminated in Lady Nander's husband being killed by the elves, after which she tried to form a peace treaty with them. And the peace, as far as you know, is held to this day, but there does seem to be some need for further negotiations. Hence, you guys catching word, not speaking to Lady Nander herself. None of you have met her in person, but you've got word that she's looking for people to help and assist in negotiations to that end. So that would cover some of you. Let's see, there were a few other possibilities here. I just got to find it in my notes. Oh, it's always fun trying to track this stuff down. You know that there's also, Nightstone is a pretty popular retreat for wealthy nobles who want to hunt in the Ardeep Forest, which probably isn't the greatest idea considering the elves are there. Hey, Paul, would you mind going on mute? Your keys are kind of a little loud there. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you. So yeah, there's you. It wouldn't really apply to you guys. None of you guys are wealthy nobles who'd go hunting. There's also you've heard good repute of the Nightstone Inn, which is located in Nightstone, ironically. The dwarven innkeeper Morak Urgray has a fondness for adventurers and a nose for lucrative adventuring opportunities. And you also have possibly caught wind of there's rumors of goblins terrorizing the settlement. So Lady Nander is also offering a reward to anyone willing and able to deal with a goblin threat. So for any number of reasons, you guys might have wanted to respond to those particular calls to adventure, and we could just say you met on the road, or like in the case of Mirror and Groot, they may have met previously and said, hey, we're going in the same direction, let's link up.
Well, and Baldry probably would have caught wind of what Serendil was doing and feeling a certain kinship with elves and whatnot. I say, sure, why not? Sounds like evil's afoot.
Well, and Serendil probably would have been like, "Oh my God, Baldry, you're this cool like thing. You're not from around here the same way as everybody else.
You're so awesome.
You're like interesting."
And stuff.
But yeah, I mean, they probably hooked up
It's
and were
sexy.
like, let's go out to Nightstone and make this happen.
Sure.
And then I guess that leaves up to Samuel. What would be putting you on the road?
I guess I would have probably just headed that way. I met up with the other two, and Mirror and Groot, and heard they were headed there, and I would, I want to go play at the inn, so I just figured I'd have some companions to hang out with while I was going to try to make some money.
Cool. Yep. Yeah, the Nightstone Inn has a good reputation, and you figure, yes, that's probably a good way to make some moolah.
Yeah, it's just some friends to hang out with. I had met them in passing, and they seemed very interesting. So,
cool.
I like the old man.
So, yeah, that would explain why everyone's together, and yeah, it makes sense. So, let's see if I could put a little thing around this. I'm trying to get the aura to show up here around this.
There you go.
There we are. Okay, so it's a little easier to find on the map. So that's where you guys are going to start. Since you basically have been traveling for a while on the high road for a few days. So yeah, as evening approaches, you spot a wooden signpost next to a trail that heads north on up into the hills. And nailed to the post, there are 3 arrow-shaped signs. The 2 marked Waterdeep and Daggerford. They follow the high road but point in opposite directions. Waterdeep, obviously, where you came from. Daggerford is continuing south. The 3rd sign is marked Nightstone and beckons you to follow the trail. And if memory serves you right, Nightstone is roughly 10 miles up that trail.
I feel the beckoning.
Let's
Feel
go.
it. I feel it. So, yes, you travel on along, and I'm not going to roll for a random encounter because I don't want to. But the the journey, it's not too bad. Oh, and I can show off this nifty new feature that I have for weather here. Let's see.
Ooh. Let's see it.
Ooh,
Spooky.
weather.
Yeah, now I say that, and how do I do it? Oh, frack. I thought I had it set up. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's a calendar thing.
Oh.
And it's outside my chat window. Hang on.
It's a hot spring day. There's a howling wind and a light rain.
Yes. So anyway, yes, that's where we are. And it's cut off in my window on my feed, but that's okay. It's everyone will tell you. It's starting off on Kythor the 5th, the year of 1490, early morning, and as I said, it's a hot spring day. There's a howling wind and a light rain falls from the sky. So you guys are approaching Nightstone, and let's see. So we've got this going on here. And Paul, I'm still picking up keys from you. Keyboard noise.
I'm on mute.
We can still
No,
hear
we can
you.
hear everything.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we just heard you say you're on mute.
So apparently my little
Yeah, your
mute,
mic.
Mike's hot.
my mute button is not working.
Nope.
No.
Well,
Unless-
I see your head, your boom mic flashes red, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So it's
Can you
all a
mute it?
placebo.
Oh,
Now we
well,
don't
now he's
hear you.
muted.
What if we muted on Skype itself?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you could just toggle, or if there's a push to talk setting. Either way.
See,
Yeah,
now we
now
can't hear
don't
you at all.
Now,
Oh,
I'm you know what I'm probably doing? I'm probably using the camera mic.
Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, you did have a lot of room noise in your.
Yeah, there is a little echo. Yeah.
So then I will fix that.
Okay,
Yeah.
whilst Paul is adjusting his audio. Meanwhile, the rest of the party, after following the trail for 10 miles, you hear in the distance a ringing of a bell. The sound grows louder as Nightstone comes into view. There's a river that flows around the settlement, forming a moat. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move you guys over to this map. And this
Is the echo gone?
yes, and you sound much
Yeah.
clearer. And
Better.
you want to do a test?
Yes.
Test type.
Oh, there you go. Muted.
Yeah, I was on the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
So I think I want to get a quieter keyboard. If I'm going to take any notes whatsoever, I'm going to bug the shit out of people.
Well, no, try it now though. Now that you're on your boom mic, you shouldn't
Right.
be.
All right, let me try that.
A lot quieter.
It's not,
Oh,
as,
yeah.
it's
A
not
lot
as
quieter.
bad. It's a lot quieter than it was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably a very unidirectional microphone, and it's noise canceling probably. So
Now, I'm using this big, $800 microphone for my recording stuff. Is this?
Sweet.
No, yours is fine.
Yeah, I barely.
Yeah.
Alright.
oh, I know
Alright.
mine's bad. I've got the mechanical keyboard, and it's right above my mic. So
Yeah, but you're the DM, so.
yeah.
You can do whatever you want. We don't want.
We won't argue.
We won't
I,
argue.
for one,
Damn
welcome
right
on
you
your
won't.
DM Overlord.
Okay. Anyway, I was in the process of moving you guys to the map of Nightstone, so let's do that.
Very
And
green.
yeah, this is a big map. You guys are going to be positioned off to the west with the road coming into town. And actually, if you look to the far bottom of the map, it actually gives you a side view of the village. And it's actually, this is goofy
Oh,
because
okay. Yeah.
it's actually seen from the east and you're approaching from the west. So I don't know why it did it this way, but yeah, so there's this river that flows around the settlement forming a moat. The village itself is contained within a wooden palisade, beyond which you see a windmill, a tall steeple, and the high-pitched rooftops of several other buildings. Apart from the ringing of the bell, you detect no other activity in the village. The trail ends before a lowered drawbridge that spans the moat. Beyond the drawbridge, two stone watchtowers flank an open gap in the palisade. South of the village and surrounded by the river moat is a cone-shaped flat-topped hill on which stands a stone keep enclosed by a wooden wall. The keep, which overlooks the village, has partially collapsed. A wooden bridge that once connected the keep to the village has also partially collapsed. So again, you'd be looking. It pretty much looks the same. Just imagine you're looking at it in a mirror. But that's the village of Nightstone in profile, and you guys are approaching the village from the west along the road. So, you guys should be able to control your characters from this point. I don't know if that's the marching order you want to be in or not, but I figure you guys will probably move yourself around as needed.
I would probably be. I walk pretty fast, 35. I would probably be in front, if possible.
Is there anyone that's noticeably slower than standard 30-foot move?
Oh,
Nope.
not here.
I don't.
Yeah, no
think
dwarf in the
so.
party. Usually it's the dwarf that holds everybody up.
Hey.
And you're not a dwarf in this campaign, so you'll probably be
That
moving
is correct.
faster than anyone. In fact, don't you have the ability to fly, or will have it soon, or something?
Yeah, I think when I get to 3rd level, I can kind of levitate and do some flying.
Cool.
So Don, I don't know if it's just me, but you're like your audio and video don't match. You're like
Yeah.
2 seconds off.
Yeah, I was saying that on a couple of your feeds, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's.
well.
I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I don't know if it's
Oh,
a Mac thing
now
or.
it's-
Now it's synced.
Now it
yeah.
was matched, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
know this, but Don is actually in an Asian movie.
Right. It's like, you want to fight?
Godzilla!
I will fight you.
Yeah.
Ha
All
ha.
right. So we just lost all the Asian Americans watching this feed. So
Yeah, so. Hey, I love Asian movies.
I love them too, actually. In fact, this whole campaign is based around Seven Samurai. No, it's not, but it could be if we wanted to make it that way. Like I said before, this is going to be a very free-form campaign, and what happens is largely up to what you guys do. So their next step is very important because it will determine what happens. So
All right, so let's leave and go back to Waterdeep.
there we
everyone.
go. Let's just jettison everything and throw the DM into a tizzy as he has to make up a whole campaign on the spot.
Walk up to
Hi,
I walk
Dad.
up to the moat.
Okay. You look through across the drawbridge. Let's see. I can give you a little description here. If there's anything. Nope, there's nothing really special about the drawbridge. It's about 20 feet long, 10 feet wide. Looks like it's pretty sturdy, made of oak planks. There are iron chains that are bolted into the drawbridge that connect it to the, what looks like some kind of a winch mechanism in the watchtowers on either side. Beyond the gate leading to through the drawbridge, you guys, I guess you would see just really kind of a narrow pathway. And let me switch my tools here. Always my favorite part of Roll20. It's
Is the gate? Sorry, is it just the? Is the gate closed or is it open right into the city?
no, the drawbridge is basically the drawbridge would serve
Oh,
as
it's
a gate.
drawbridge.
Yes, and
Okay.
it is currently lowered, so you
Okay.
guys would get a clear, pretty much unobstructed view into the town. And
It looks foggy over there.
yeah, well, it's a rainy day, so you pretty much see
Oh.
that.
Localized thunderstorm right over it.
Yes.
So the gate is open, you said?
Yes, there. Well, like I said, the drawbridge itself is actually the kind of serves as a gate. And when it's raised, it obviously the moat keeps you from crossing, and the drawbridge itself kind of forms a gate. Right now, though, the drawbridge is lowered, and there's nothing impeding you from walking forward. And
Do we
Well,
see
if there's
guards, or-
Yeah.
you hear again this bell that's constantly ringing. It's tough to pinpoint a direction because it sounds like it's kind of echoing all over the place inside this palisade of this town.
Is there Are there guards?
You see no people.
I then
Yes.
I jog in. That doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
does it sound like an alarm bell?
It sounds like a large ringing bell, like it would call people to attention. And you know what? I'm not going to just selectively remove this or reveal this. I'm just going to reveal the whole damn town at once because why not? It's daytime, so it's not like you can't see it. So
Uh-oh.
you step in through the gate. Let me just double check here that there's nothing that kills you right away. Yeah, the 2 watchtowers flanking the entrance, forming a gatehouse. Nothing really immediately obvious there. Once you enter through the gate, you can see the town itself proper, which is laid out. You can see the inside of this palisade wall that surrounds the boundaries of the town, and the ringing that you hear is coming. Now you're able to more closely pinpoint it. You're inside the walls. It looks like, or sounds like, excuse me, it's coming from this building off to your left. The village itself, though, you don't see any people moving about. You do see, very strangely, these large boulders strewn everywhere.
Yeah.
There's one that's kind of almost right in front of the gatehouse that you're entering, off to the south of the south gatehouse. And you see others dotted about through the town square that's ahead of you, one that's in the road, and numerous other ones. And you can actually see that a lot of the buildings look like they've sustained some sort of damage, as if these huge boulders just fell out of the sky and landed on these buildings. So as you enter,
So I don't hear nothing else besides the bell. No
the bell right
people.
now, yeah, you don't hear any people. You don't hear. Again, this bell is really loud because it's coming from this building off to the left. In fact, that's the building off to your left. Looks like it's the church steeple that you saw as you're approaching, and the bell
That
is
one?
yes, and the bell is in the bell tower of that steeple, and that's what appears to be ringing. You can't really
Alright.
see what's causing it to ring. I wanted.
The steeple there.
Well, before you move there, I'd like everyone to make a perception check. Actually, at disadvantage due to the ringing of the bell.
Ah.
I got
Where's perception?
there we go.
Ooh, look at that.
This is
We're
pretty
all
normal.
real perceptive.
Yes. All right. So everyone's on
Alright.
form here. Oh.
Ooh, there we go.
There you go.
Come on, Don. Just select
Sorry.
just select your perception in your skills list. Click on it.
And click on it.
Perception. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Ooh.
Well, you did
Not
better
bad.
than others. Yeah. So, well, actually, the thing is that this is actually a disadvantage roll. So,
Right.
16 for.
yeah, it looks like, however, Mirror did still
How come-
get.
Don has 3D dice in my. I see
Yeah.
Don's dice. Why is that?
Oh, you see Don's
Oh.
dice? Really?
Yes.
I
I
don't
don't-
see it.
I don't.
I see
Yeah, that
Don's.
was an option.
Yeah, it
Let me
should be an
try.
option. It's on the config.
Is that distracting?
Oh, that's
There we
mine
go.
too. No,
Oh, I didn't see Don's
it's
dice.
it's the
though.
last one. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's the
you
last
see the
roll.
last roll.
So my roll was
I have no
the first
clue
one,
what you're
7.
talking about.
Yeah, I don't know where you're seeing this. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
don't
have
see it
3D
either.
dice enabled. If you go to settings, sorry,
Well, I don't
and-
need to see it.
I'm just saying you can do it and then automatically roll 3D dice and enable
Oh.
3D dice.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, you could.
Why
turn
did
that
it
on,
roll
select the
two
plan.
d20 for you?
Because
Well-
it's always going to roll advantage or disadvantage, and you just
Oh,
ignore
right,
whichever one you
Right.
want.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
at disadvantage this time. Ah, I see.
right.
Nice.
Excuse me. So Mirror, you catch out of the corner of your eye. I gotta jump to the right map here, or jump to the right area. In the corner of this building, you just catch a glimpse of something moving, like a swish of something.
Okay. Like in a window.
No, it was like outside the building, like something just moved around the corner of that building.
All right. I'll move up here and basically tell everybody what I saw. Saw somebody or something move right over here. We're going to check it out.
Should we figure
Sure.
out what if someone's ringing that bell first? I mean, does
I
it
want-
ring on its own?
I want to look in the window if there is any windows.
Yeah.
There are windows. The entrance, it looks like it's around the front. You can see there's a walkway going in, but there are, I believe, windows in this church. Yes, 2 windows on the south side. And you guys, let's see what you see through these windows. these are actually stained glass windows on the south walls, so it's actually a little hard to make out details. But well, make a perception check. Not at disadvantage because this is purely sight.
Nice.
15.
Let's see. Why didn't it show up here for me? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So you can see vaguely through the windows are stained glass and they are a little bit dusty. You can see that inside this there are what look like wooden benches lined up where people might be able to sit at some kind of a church service. You can tell that a few of them look like most of them are lined up like facing where like a lectern would be or where a speaker, a minister would be standing. But a few of the benches are actually overturned or kind of skewed, not facing what you would expect to be the right direction.
Something is afoot.
Assuming I look in the window, do I see any movement?
You see no movement through the window.
Okay.
Okay, while they're looking in, I'm just going to look around the immediate area and call out, like, hello, is there anybody here? Can we help you?
Okay. Your voice kind of echoes back kind of eerily from you. You don't hear any reply of a voice in return, only the tolling of this almost kind of apocalyptic sounding bell. The rest of the town, if anyone's there, they are not responding.
I want to kind of go check out what I saw. Are these bigger than 5-foot squares, I take it?
Each square is 10 feet.
Yeah, okay.
Hence why your tokens are so tiny.
Yeah.
So yeah, those boulders are probably 5 foot diameter, roughly. They're not all obviously circular, but
Higgins.
About the
Yes.
same size.
All
as
right,
me,
I just
yeah.
moved 30 feet.
okay. Yeah, we're not in round by round, but that's a good rule of thumb. Move yourself if you're going to move like about 30 feet in case something happens.
Right.
So yeah, you kind of approach the front of the church. You can see that the church door, actually, is it open or is it closed?
Yeah, I was well. Either way, I was gonna move up there with my 30 feet and see.
Let's see. Well, let's go with that old standby. The door is actually ajar.
Oh.
That's not a door?
It's ajar.
You should be able to see through it then.
Yeah. What do I see inside of the jar? Anything?
Butterfly.
Do you wish to move up to the front?
Well, yeah. So I stand in front of the door, and what do we see inside?
Well, right now you're at a window. The door is actually in the front of the church, which is on the east side.
Wait, am I not in front of the...
No, you are actually standing off to the south side of the church. There is an entrance on the east side.
Isn't that where he is?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
I'm
right
on the
here.
road.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My feed must have been really delayed or something. That was weird.
Oh, I was like super confused.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was really weird. Okay, yes, you are standing right there, and you can look through the door. My mistake, or Roll20's mistake, or something. Yeah, so you look through. You can see there's sunlight. Well, not sunlight because it's raining, but daylight coming through into the high vaulted chamber. There's stained glass windows both in the south and the north walls. Those, as I said, these wooden benches look probably for elderly infirm people to sit on, are facing the front. The room is mostly empty otherwise. And standing against the back wall, there's this wooden pulpit with steps leading up to it. And the floor of the temple is pretty much just dirt. It's a dirt floor. Obviously, Nightstone doesn't have a great big exotic temple. So that's what you see. Through the door, you can see that there's another door beyond the pulpit, leading further into the temple, presumably. And what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna move closer to that other building, just to see the one where Mirror said that somebody slinked around the corner.
Okay, so these guys start approaching that. You do that, you enter the town square. It's basically, the square is a muddy open area. You notice as you're traveling past it to the south, right in the middle, there is a big 5-foot deep hole. This doesn't look like there's no boulder there. It's just a great big hole in the middle of this town square. Hard to tell more without investigating it closer. There's also a covered well to the north of that, between it and the building to the north.
Is that
So the measure here is, by the way, doing 5 foot. So I'm guessing whatever you measure is going to be double.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay, I was.
Because if I go from me to that open pit, it's 15 feet, then that's not right.
No,
if these
that
are 10
isn't.
foot squares,
That's interesting. I was seeing a different.
is there a scale that I need to set?
No, that's probably a map scale thing, which I'm not going to futz with. This is
It's fine. I'll just double it.
interesting.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
we
roll
can all
20 map.
figure it out. That's
50.
no big deal.
Yeah,
30
actually,
feet
it's a-
would 30
It's
feet
a
would
quick
get me
fix
right
on
there.
the map. If you just go up into the map settings and change it to the scale, it's a pretty quick fix. But
Yeah, I'm just more worried about things getting thrown off, other things like
Sure.
tokens being thrown off. So I'm not going to
sure.
try and adjust it quite yet on the fly. But yes, so basically it's double distance for everything. Thank you for
Yep.
pointing that out. I thought it was correct, but nope. So you approach this hole in the center, and it looks like. Give me an insight check as you investigate this hole.
Insight check.
Or actually, you could do a survival check if you've got it.
Ooh, I like that better. 18.
18.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, you can determine that this hole, unlike the other boulders, the boulders that are strewn about, definitely have this appearance like they fell from the sky. Like there's kind of this impact crater that each of them made as they landed on the ground, this muddy ground. This hole, however, appears to be excavated. You can tell that it was actually dug out, and you can see piles of mud around this hole.
Huh.
Wow.
So it wasn't caved in. It didn't come from the bottom. It came from somebody dug something here.
Right. The hole is
Okay.
It's basically about 5 foot deep, so you can see the bottom of it.
Oh, there's no ladder. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the bottom?
The bottom appears to be empty.
Huh.
Not flat. I mean, it's just basically ground. It looks like there was something here that was at least partially buried, and somebody came and dug it up. But whatever it was pretty
It's
big
gone.
because it
Okay.
is about 10 feet wide. This hole.
I said, I'll tell the party, somebody dug up something big here.
I can move over and use a light cantrip to try and shine in there and see if we can see anything.
Mirror is. Are you going to that spot?
Yeah, I'd like to, well, I was here. I'd like to move there and then, stealthily. So,
Okay. Yeah, everything's kind of delayed. It's really weird. I don't know why.
Mm.
So you would want to move to
Like,
the northeast or
to-
the southeast corner? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So if you're going to try and be stealthy, your movement rate would be halved.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and make a stealth check if you like. And I will do some checks myself here.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
That wasn't
AFK.
very good. Do I have
All right.
advantage?
No, you do not have advantage. You actually, as you round this corner, first you can first see that the building to the north, as you're passing by it, it actually has a sign bearing the name. It's an ornate wrought iron sign that says Nightstone Inn,
Okay.
hanging above the door. As you reach the corner of the building and turn around it, you come face to face with some creatures.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alarm! 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 Alarm!
Yes, you see what look to be two massive wolf-like creatures.
Oh.
Bigger than wolves. They're basically actually bigger. They're like, kind of more like almost like dire wolves, but not quite dire wolves. They're more bestial in appearance. But they apparently have been fully aware that you're there. In fact, off to the southeast, like in that area here, you can see that there is the remains of what looked like a dog that's been partially eaten, like a domestic style kind of dog that has been partially eaten. And you can see that the fangs of these creatures, as they kind of wrinkle back their lips and start to growl at you, are covered in blood. So it seems apparent that these wolf-like creatures were eating this corpse and kind of moved off to the side as you came in, which is a little bit disconcerting because it kind of seems to indicate they're not just animals in terms of their intelligence.
Smashing.
But they see you. They are not surprised. You were kind of ready because you saw something going on there, so it's not like you were totally taken by surprise. So nobody is surprised.
But alarmed. Yeah.
Right, but everyone now should roll initiative. And again, a reminder that you need to have your token selected before you click your initiative. And I'm going to see if I can do this.
Dang.
Oh, damn.
Oh, sweet. My macro worked. Yay.
Wow.
So,
nice.
so please remind me, the initiative is the green circle when you pop it up.
No, you go on your character
Oh.
sheet and you click
Okay.
on
Character sheet. It's
Sorry.
But first
That's
you
okay.
have to
Dead
click
center
on it.
at the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
no
got it,
problem.
yep.
But what you want to do
First, you gotta-
click on your token on the map.
Yep.
Make sure
Yeah,
that's
which
selected.
I did.
And then you click initiative, and it'll actually add you to the turn order.
Okay. All right. Let's click.
Wait, I think it worked because you're in there. You have a
Yeah, he's in there.
yeah.
So you did it right.
Yep, looks good.
Oh, just scroll down. Okay.
Yes, we've got a couple of.
Oh, there we go. 4. Woohoo! Brilliant.
So everyone's gotten
Even
entered.
my Electronis dice suck bags, man.
So let me go ahead and sort this descending.
You can roll your
It's
own.
blurry. Are you trying? Oh, there.
There
The
we
beer
go.
commercial is for Oak Spire. It's a new Belgian beer.
Ooh.
It's quite
Ooh.
tasty. I would highly recommend it. I give it about a 4 out of 5.
So
Maybe
so
maybe
Paul,
4.25.
Should I-
I've got a Central Waters Cherry Stout, which is very good. Imperial Stout too.
I've got a Summit Saga IPA.
Ooh,
sounds good.
looks good.
I have great value. No, artificially sweetened iced tea, lemon.
I
What
got
about
nothing.
the Edge.
I got a rock.
I also have a glass of water.
Actually, no, I do.
Yeah,
I
have
do
one
have
of
a
those
Coke.
too.
Mexican Coke.
Glass
Awesome.
of water. as well.
Mexican Coke is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Good old bottles, yes. All right, so Paul, looks like you came back in time to catch the initiative, so you're in there. So it looks like Serendil is going to be the first up in our first combat. Yay!
The frick is that?
It's way over there.
Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
I just can't tell what the tokens are.
All right.
for
It'll be
this
dead
one.
soon.
Let's see.
Oh, it's a
Where's
goblin
the-
and a ward.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the token gives it away, but you don't know what that is. It's this great big nasty wolf like BC.
How do I measure space? I forget.
The token, if
I just
it's been a
trying to
while, but
figure out how
it's
far
the
I'm
kind of the inverted Q looking thing below the magnifying glass.
Yep, it's the 31 down.
okay, and then what do I click on?
It used to be a ruler,
Right.
but
Yeah.
not anymore.
Yeah, but what I click on, because all I see is snap, snap, no snap.
Oh, but
Just
show.
click
snap
height.
center,
Just click
snap
on.
center,
Yeah, it just tells you what.
and drag.
Yeah, that setting is
that's-
where it originates from.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
Click
okay.
it, and then yeah, once it's
Go
blue,
it. All right,
that's 60
so I'm
feet.
gonna go.
Also, yeah, that's 60 feet. Remember everything.
Yeah,
is
everything's
halved.
doubled.
Everything's double. So if I run roughly here, I should be able to see them. Yes.
Sure, you can actually make them out now. Now that you heard Mirror go, oh shit!
It's-
Called
yeah.
attention. You can see them around the corner as they're kind of coming out too to engage.
I'm gonna get rid of the line I drew. All right, so I'm gonna go How far am I?
So that'd be about 80
So-
feet.
80 feet.
About 80 feet. Okay. I will. Yeah, I can do that. Let's firebolt. Firebolt! They look bad, right? They look nasty.
They look
Nice.
hungry.
17.
17. Okay. Oh, I suppose I should get my stat blocks up here for these guys. 17. No. I keep pulling up the wrong thing. Here we go. What's their AC? Oh, yeah. They have pretty low AC. They're big. That would definitely hit.
All right. I do 4 whopping fire damage.
And which one were you targeting?
The one on the left.
Okay, so
Closest mirror.
all right, I gotta get used to this now. Remember, we're using green for hit points, so
Yep.
I have
Oh
to
yeah.
remember to target the right one. So you do some damage. The fire catches part of its pelt on fire. It smokes out. It doesn't have to stop, drop, and roll, but it does some damage to it, and it growls in response. So next would be actually the other creature, which we'll call them wargs for want of a better word. Let's see. He'll need to move a little bit. He's got a pretty damn good movement rate, but he doesn't really need to because this little half elf right in front of him looks pretty tasty looking. So he's gonna step up.
Ooh, thank you.
That's why we brought him.
Yep. Her.
Tasty. Get in my belly.
So, yes, it is going to step forward and it is going to bite you.
Try.
Try to bite you, yes. And let's see, it looks like, wow, 18? Does that hit?
That hits.
All right. Let's see. You take 9 points of damage.
Oh my.
Holy shit.
TTK.
Ow.
I'm
Yes.
down to 2.
This thing is nasty. It's got a really big jaws and it just chomps you. You also need to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Yay!
Oh, run. Come on.
Come on, roll 20. Send me this. I can't see it.
Oh, you got a 1. Don't worry.
We got a
One.
1, yeah.
Okay. So you failed your save. You are knocked prone.
Oh.
And I've got to find the little
They can't run.
Duma Fluppy here. The guy with the back icon. What is it here? There we go. That's prone. It looks like he's got arrows sticking out of his back, but it's basically saying, it's indicating you're on your back. So you're prone.
Okay.
So that was that warg, and next would be Semril.
All right. Like
Get me out of there.
to there-ish. So right about there. I'm going to. So it looks like. I mean, at least the tokens. I want to make sure that the tokens are correct. Is there something riding the creature?
No, the tokens are just a
Okay.
artist's representation, and not mine, by the way. These are Roll20 tokens.
Okay, so it's
yes,
just I see 2 creatures, not anything riding them.
correct.
But these, I mean, in terms of our world, these are kind of what we're aligned with, like the orcs in Lord of the Rings, right?
Pretty
warg?
much, yeah. A warg.
Yep.
It's basically what the what Saruman's orcs were
Yeah.
riding on.
Got it.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at that one. The one that didn't attack yet.
Okay, that would be the north one.
Yeah, I think that one right there.
So go ahead and remind me, again, or if you can post the spell description up.
Yep.
I believe it
should-
needs to make some sort of a saving throw, or it hears nasty voices in its head.
Yep. Needs to do a Wisdom save. On a failed save, it takes 6 damage. Apparently, I rolled terrible.
All right. So
And
it's-
immediately, did it pass or fail?
its wisdom save would be, let's see, No, it just failed.
Okay, so then it must immediately use its reaction to move as far away as its speed allows from you.
Okay, so first off,
Nice.
it's going to take 6 damage, and then is use its reaction to immediately move away. Does it? Let me see here. Dissonant whispers. Does it? Can it disengage? No, that's
No.
no, that's an action. That's a normal action.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have an ability that allows it to disengage as a reaction. So that would draw an opportunity attack from Mirror as it moves away.
Nice. So it's close. I'd have to use my sword. I take it.
If you had your sword out, I'm assuming that you can't threaten with a ranged weapon
Right.
next to it.
Yeah.
10 is not quite enough to hit it. So it is going to move at its speed, which is pretty substantial. It actually moves 50 feet away. So it, races away up there,
All right.
kind of out of sight.
Okay.
So,
Be right back.
all right. So next would be, let's see.
Him.
Yes, him. So he's going to. Now, does he get a additional save each round?
That only affects him once.
Oh, so now in his next turn, he actually does. He kind of recovers and.
Yeah, he just must immediately move away.
Okay, gotcha. Well, he's pissed. He's gonna immediately move right back. And yeah, he's gonna try and bite Mirror again.
15.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do so well. He got an 8. So he tries to
No!
bite you, and you dodge back out of the way. So, next would be Groot.
Did anybody hit anything?
Yep.
Well,
I did.
yeah, we both kind of attacked that one.
Yeah.
The one that
Twice.
ran away
Smells.
has been hit.
It's
The
been
nearest
hit
one?
twice.
Okay, I'll hit the one that's been hit. I'm going to use my short bow. And I'm going to miss.
Fwing.
And then I'm going to move.
Oh, it didn't. It's delayed for me as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, roll 20 is really, really sluggish today.
And I'm going to move right behind Mirror. That's 30 feet.
That was weird. I saw your arrow and your movement, but I still haven't seen your roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
roll
I
still
still
isn't
don't.
there.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I still see, I think, Dave's roll die or someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave's tens is the last
Yeah.
thing I see.
Me
Weird.
too.
Roll.
Oh.
Oh,
There-
Oh,
no.
there it is.
There it is.
Extremely delayed. Okay, so it's not just me then. Everyone's.
So
kind
do
of-
you see
Yeah.
2 or 1?
I
I
see
see
two
two.
16s.
I
Is
see
what
So,
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
see
you
two.
don't
I-
see the 8. You don't see the 8 and 17 that I rolled.
I see
No.
two turquoise dice
So
with
I
12 on them.
I don't. I want to say that I hit, but I didn't.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I'm
first
tur-
roll is an 8 and a
Turning
17.
those
I
dice
missed.
off.
Oh, so
I'm
it's
gonna
just
turn off. I'm gonna turn off those dice. I think that's a
Yeah,
good
for
idea.
some reason we didn't get that roll.
weird.
Yeah.
Turning off that option.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
not a
that
bad
might
idea.
slow things down.
Yeah, it's weird. When we played Curse of Strahd, only you saw your 3D dice. You didn't see everybody else's. Now
Yeah.
it seems like everybody sees them.
Huh.
Anyway, I missed.
Okay.
That's where
So you
I'm
move up to the front, adjacent to the door. Okay. So we get to Mirror. You've got 2 nasty-looking beasties right in front of you. Look like they're-
Yeah. I'm gonna
Mirror rolls again?
disengage.
What happened to my... I didn't get it.
No,
I
you got
think,
to.
I think
You'd be
I-
after.
Well,
them.
Mirror
Four.
just got an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I-
for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they ran away,
Yep.
I was I did that. I'm
Yep.
gonna disengage and try to run inside the inn.
Okay, let's double check the front door here. The inn. Doesn't look like it's locked
you
or anything.
Get that far?
You
So you
could
have
move.
to stand up too.
Oh yeah,
Once
you're prone, so half your movement would be to stand, so you'd have 15 feet of movement. But
Which
would
is
that get
about
you?
where I was.
To the door.
I would say
yeah.
you'd be end your turn in front of the door.
Okay,
But you can
that's fair.
you can tell that it does not appear to be locked or damaged
Okay.
or broken or anything. It looks like you could open it normally, unless it's something's on the other
Right.
side blocking it. Okay, so that would be your turn. You disengage, so you don't get opportunity attacks against you. Valdry, now it's your turn.
You should take that icon off too, because you're not prone
Oh, yes.
anymore.
Yep.
Just so we remember.
Will do.
Okay. Let's see. I think I am going to target the closest one with guiding bolt.
Nice.
Okay.
So
That's a good spell.
I just need to click it, correct? Enroll in the sheet.
Yeah,
Alright.
it should if
See
it's
what
a
happens.
attack-based spell.
Yep.
Ooh, there you go.
Got 14.
And it's still not showing up for me, but 14 would be enough to hit.
Okay.
Now,
So
now you click on the
The
part that
damage.
says guiding bolt
Click on guiding bolt in the chat
Yeah, in
window.
the
in the chat.
Chat, yeah, that's the word.
Oh,
then I
Okay.
should have pinned it to the damage. I haven't seen. Oh, yep. Now I see the roll.
yep.
So yeah, when you hover over the title, it like goes red,
So-
meaning you can click it
Yep.
for damage.
Then just click that for the damage.
Yep.
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 All right. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Casting.
15.
nice.
Whoa,
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
This is radiant damage. I don't think it's actually particularly susceptible to that, but it definitely hurts. That it howls in fury as you deal it 15 points of radiant damage, and it's
Fury.
all of its fur is now kind of smoky. It's
Excellent.
Like it's
Mm.
like the
Smells
the
like
rain.
smells like barbecued dog.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Venkman. I forgot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we're back to the top of the order. Sorrendil, sorry.
Yes. I'm going to continue to keep moving toward them, and oh, let's see, how far can I get? About there. Okay. And I will firebolt again. Same guy.
Guy to the north.
Nine
Nine is
sucks.
not
That's
enough.
Not good.
This time the wolf got singed before, so he ducks out of the way. They're kind of getting sick of being attacked with fire. Okay, so the warg to the south, he did not like that one radiant damage one bit, so he is going to run right up to you, Valdry, and he's going to try to take a bite out of you. His jaws
You done
snap
pissed him
shut.
off.
Super.
15, does that hit you?
That does not hit.
Nice.
So you've got some pretty heavy-duty armor, I take it. It
Yes.
chomps down, and your armor easily withstands the grate of its jaws. And it does get a fair amount of blood from its mouth on your armor, but does not damage you.
Ew.
And
Semril.
drool.
And drool, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna move to here and pull out my rapier, and then cure wounds on Mirror.
Ah,
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there you go. Take all your
Oh.
health back.
I'm maxed at 11.
nice. So, calls from the magic of the harp.
I like this guy already.
He played some really uplifting tunes on his harp, and
Yeah.
your wound just sealed right up.
Eruption.
Yeah, exactly. Eddie. Warg doesn't like that music, apparently. It comes around the corner, and let's see. Now Groot's right in the way. So he's got a half elf. Let's see what a full elf tastes like. Maybe it's more pure, like grass fed. Oh, he only got
Grass-fed elf.
yeah, grass-fed elf. You easily dodge back out of the way of its snapping jaws. And it is now your turn, Groot.
I'm going to use Shillelagh. I'm gonna roll 20 frickin' 3.
Nice!
Dang.
Wow, that's
Wow.
gonna hit.
That's a heck of a shillelagh.
And a womp womp womp.
A whopping 5.
5. That's still, it hurts it. It growls in fury as you bonk it on the head with your stick. Mirror.
Am I far enough away to? Well, I could take a step and then use my bow. Correct?
You are not within 5 feet, so you can use your bow without moving, without penalty.
Okay.
It's only when you're immediately adjacent to a foe.
Right.
That kicks
Okay.
in.
I will do that then.
I don't think it's like if it had reach, if that would be a factor or not. I have to double check that, but it doesn't have reach, so.
Yay!
Nice. I take it that hits.
I haven't seen the roll yet.
24.
24.
I'm sorry. Yes, 24 definitely hits.
There you go.
Smack! An arrow goes right into its chest, right below its neck. It is still up, but now it's definitely looking wounded. And
Another pus bucket.
these guys are nasty. But it doesn't get a chance to react before Valdry gets turned.
Don.
Valdry.
Oh, I am going to go with Sacred Flame.
Ooh, there we go.
On the warg right in
Yeah.
front of you? Okay.
So it's a DC 12 Dexterity save.
Dexterity. Let's see what its dex is. Okay, looks like that's not too bad, but again, off by 1. It didn't quite make it. Missed it by 1.
So I'm gonna take 8 radiant.
Okay.
Yep.
Sacred Flame, I believe, like comes down from the heavens or something, and
It erupts from my fingertips.
oh, okay. I was thinking different. Okay, different spell. This one comes right from your finger. So you give the warg the finger, and it takes 8 more radiant, and it's looking very wounded now, but it is also still up. They look both about kind of on their last leg, but they still don't get to act. It's Serendil's turn. I am so sorry. I'm going to say Serendil until the end of time. Serendil.
Serendil is going to go ahead and firebolt again. God bless it.
Dude, you
Hey,
suck.
welcome to the world
I
of
know.
Jugs.
Let's see.
Do you remember this is what Jugs did?
Yes.
Yes,
Apparently, it's just the spell Firebolt.
that
Right.
spell is cursed.
Yeah. But you can do it pretty much unlimited, so
Yeah,
you're not going to run out of ammo.
You can miss unlimited time.
Yes. just,
exactly.
just to rub that frustration in that much more. Any movement?
Yeah, I'll move about that far.
There we go.
Okay, so now we've got one of the wargs. The one that's on Valdry is going to try and bite you again. Or try again to bite you. I very much doubt it hit with a 12, so...
It did not.
Okay, again, this one you're just able to dodge back out of the way, pretty much.
Yep.
Semril.
All right, I'm gonna pull out, or well, I already pulled out my rapier, but I'm gonna move up with my rapier and stab at him.
With your rapier.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, 13 is
With
enough to
my
hit
last breath, I stab at thee.
it. And what do we get?
Did show the
Five.
damage.
Yes, you kill it. I'm going to
Nice.
do what is something I'd like to do for this campaign is allow you guys to narrate your kills. Allow you to kind of add some exposition to your rolls that you wouldn't be able to do like called shots or anything like that. But this will give you a chance to be more dramatic. So how do you kill this nasty warg?
Well, so I was, 5 or 10 feet away, so I kind of ran up with my rapier out and just stabbed him right, in the face.
Awesome, right through the bottom
Right
of the
through the
jaw.
head.
Right in the face.
Awesome. So it kind of goes, "Ugh," and you've got this great big ass warg now on your rapier that you're.
Got to put his foot up there to pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you can, yeah. But it is
Bonus
now
action
dead.
is pulling it out.
Bad dog.
Yeah, it's twitching a little bit, but it is dead. So that leaves the other warg, who is now dead. So we'll remove that from the initiative order. So Groot, you are now up. Dead warg in front of you.
Yep. I am going to. We're not doing flanking, right?
Right.
I believe we had decided not to.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do Shillelagh again. Oh, fuck you! You piece of shit.
Oh, you drop your shillelagh
Wah,
stick.
wah.
Wow.
Oh well. How does that work with a how do you drop that? I mean, isn't it like a magic?
It's actually my club.
Oh,
but,
it's right. You
so
cast it on
Shillelagh-
your club.
Yep.
Okay, so you drop your club. You can spend half your move to pick it up.
I moved full to get there, so
Oh, okay. So it is on the ground. You'll need to pick it up before you attack. You currently are not threatening. Mirror, it is your turn.
I feel
Can
like
he threaten with his fist?
No, that was his other character. Or he could like
Alright, I'm
break through a
gonna-
freaking adamantine door with his fist or whatever. Mirror, I'm sorry. You said you were.
Yep. Gonna notch another arrow and shoot at the remaining warg.
Okay, that's enough to hit it.
kill the
And-
mother pus bucket.
4 is enough to kill it. Go ahead and narrate some damage here. Narrate the kill.
Yeah, I just notch the arrow, pull back, aim, and I know anatomy, so I got a vital organ, and
Shoot.
Oh yeah, I know
Is it-
where. I know the warg's naughty bits.
Is it like Fallout style where it zooms in and you can watch it in
Oh,
slow
yeah,
motion
it,
and
like,
then
does a
bounces
backflip
off
over.
into the
Bullet-
distance.
It's bullet.
Sniper
Bullet.neo
release.
time.
Weird physics.
Yeah, I was
going
gonna say
on.
you get the Bethesda physics. It like flies into the next building or whatever.
Sure.
Okay, so you've
So-
got 2 dead wargs in front of you. Not in front of you, but on the ground. The blood from the second warg is kind of trickling into this excavated hole and pooling up there with the rainwater.
so question, Paul.
Yes.
I've expended 2 arrows. Are arrows retrievable or
You
no?
basically can retrieve, unless there's like some condition where you can't retrieve them. You normally can recover half your arrows.
Okay, so
I would
can
s-
add,
One back.
Yeah,
add one.
yeah.
Alright.
I would say that
Nice.
a critical failure, like rolling a 1, the arrow would be
Yeah.
destroyed.
Right.
Otherwise, though, yeah, you basically can recover half your ammunition.
Great.
So yeah, let's see. You. All right. You are standing over these dead wargs, and yeah, you actually have drawn the attention of some other creatures.
Yay.
Shocked.
Yes.
Shocking.
coming
Shocked, I
from-
tell you.
Let's see. I'm going to move these to the current line
It's
here.
a storm giant.
No, not quite. In fact,
My-
just
my
the
shit
opposite.
My pants.
From around the corner, let me actually add these guys to the initiative. I'm just going to put them at this current point here. Well, okay, it's going to put them where it wants to put them. So I'll just say they're at
10.
So move them up here. That way we can keep things going. So around this corner, you see these 2 short creatures, and you are familiar enough with this to identify them as goblins. They are peering from around this corner of this building, and they have short bows, which they use to fire. Let's see, probably the 2 closest. So, Samriel, one of them is going to take a shot at you,
All right.
and 16 hit you.
Yep.
Okay. Five points of piercing damage from an arrow. The other one, yeah, actually, I should double check this distance. That is a good call. Because they may not be.
Yeah.
It's actually. Okay, so
50
it's
feet.
50 feet.
80
Yeah,
feet.
it's double,
80 feet
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So does this boulder here help me? You said it was really freaking big.
Yeah,
right?
actually,
Yeah,
you know what?
5
I would
feet.
say you're using terrain to your advantage there. So, yes, I would say that
You'd
you
probably
get.
just fire at me again.
I would say you
both
get
of them.
partial cover from that.
No. Not that I want to die, but they'd probably both fire at me.
So what does that mean?
Partial cover if no. Oh God, I don't. Hang on a
It's
second.
disadvantage, isn't it?
I thought
I
this
believe
was
it's a-
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is it
Well, no.
disadvantage or-
It's full cover.
Isn't it like
Cover normally gives you a modifier to your AC.
yeah, like
Oh, okay.
+2 to
Oh.
AC or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It was +2 or +4 for cover, depending on
It
partial
could be
or half
4,
cover.
yeah. I
Just
thought
go
it
ahead
was
and,
2, but
if it's, well, let's see how close you get.
Right.
Spend,
With both rolls.
So half. Okay. So okay. I'm sorry. There isn't a partial. It's a half cover. So you have half cover. You have +2 to your AC and Dex saving throws. If you have 3/4 cover, you get +5. Total cover, you wouldn't be hittable at all. So +2 to your AC. It got a 12.
Yeah, that's definitely a miss.
Okay. So it probably ricochets off the boulder and goes over your head.
I flip him off.
Okay. It responds back, and it's kind of still annoys you. And that church bell actually is still ringing, so it mouths something at you that you can't hear. But Valdry, it is your turn.
Let's see. Let me check the range on the closest goblin. It's about 66 feet. I think that is in the range of sacred flame. So I think I'm going to launch that again. Waiting for my waiting for it to respond here.
What is the range?
For Sacred Flame.
So 70 feet. So I'm waiting for my sheet to come back up here.
That first goblin's about 70 feet away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you can move. You can move, right? You can
Yeah.
move
Mhm.
all
Sure,
out
move up
between
if I
your
need
movement.
to.
Yeah, Sacred Flame actually has a 60-foot range.
Yeah, so you'd need to move up like 10 feet.
Okay, so
Right,
I
right by
will.
Groot. Next
Yeah, I'll move up by Groot.
This is
Come on,
really
20.
lagging.
Yeah,
Oh, now I see
laggy,
it.
laggy.
Now you moved.
Okay, still waiting for my sheet to come up here.
It might be buried under some windows.
No, it's
I always have
So-
mine open as a separate window, so it's just
yeah. I'm gonna have to get a second monitor to do that.
Well, actually, it's better
can't
not
do
to
that.
because well, you can do that, but only to view. You can't really interact with the character that way. The sheet, like to
Yep.
do
Really?
rolls. Yeah,
No,
you have
you
to be.
can't.
You
I have
can't?
it always as a separate
Yeah,
window.
I always
I've
have it
been-
as a
I've
separate
Yeah,
never
I always
had
have
window.
mine
problems.
separate. I've never had an issue.
Oh, interesting.
How do you do
Yeah,
that?
I have it on my second monitor.
There's a little icon in the window that's like the two little sheets in front of each other. You hold Shift and click on that, and then it brings it up as a
Pops it
separate
out
window.
as a separate
So
window.
Paul, again, it's a DC 12 dexterity save on it
Gotcha.
for it.
And you
Got
got a
it?
2.
Yeah, I
Wow,
rolled
man.
2. Woo!
He
Okay.
dexterity save. He made that.
Oh, so
So he takes
One.
1, right?
So he
One
takes half
slip in his
damage.
point.
It's
One
none,
bonus.
isn't it?
or
I thought it was
none.
none.
Oh, is it non even?
Wow.
Sacred Flame may be that way. Take save or take damage. Takes. Yep. Okay. Interestingly, though, it gains no benefit from cover for that saving throw. But it made a save,
That
so
sucks
he's.
balls.
Well. So yeah, he nimbly dodges back out of the way, and next would be Serendial. Hey, I got it right.
Hey,
Isn't there's the blade? Isn't it a Rendiel in Lord of the Rings or something?
I thought that was Anduril.
Well, that's Anduril,
Yeah.
Oh,
the blade of the blade that was broken.
Anduril, if you're Elrond.
Deal is a common Elvish surname in
Yes.
or in Tolkien. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and Well,
What's
I'm
the
working on
deal?
a Lord of the Rings game, so you know.
yeah, it's true. It's you are.
So I live this lore all day long. I'm gonna go ahead and just firebolt. Hopefully, one of these.
There
days
you
I'll hit.
go.
Whoa, look at that.
Yay!
Which one were you going for?
This one.
Okay. Go ahead and
So-
roll your damage.
Look at that, 7 points.
Oh,
exactly
nice!
for it.
After having successfully dodged the sacred flame, he's going, ha ha, blah! You kill him with a firebolt.
Nice.
Nice.
Kill him. Holy
Go ahead and
crap.
narrate his death.
Wow.
Go ahead and narrate his death for us.
So I so frustrated from missing the last 2 times. I just focused really hard, and bam!
Close
Boom!
one eye.
Right between the eyes.
Close one eye.
Right between the
Okay, and
My
the
bad.
other goblin's like, why the hell is a warg still in the initiative? He's dead. Samril, it's your turn.
He's on.
All right. Let me see how far. Which one's dead?
Sorry, this
The
guy to the south
bottom
here
one.
is dead.
Okay, so yeah, he's close enough. I'm going to yell some vicious mockery at him.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to mock him and make fun of him for his friend being dead.
He will strike him very roughly.
Okay, is this involve some sort of a wisdom save or something?
It's,
or-
yeah, a wisdom save, or it takes 4 damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Whoa, okay, so he just got a natural 20.
So it doesn't.
Yeah,
He's
so,
doing it in Goblin.
yes, apparently, yeah. Well, actually, maybe that's it. Maybe he doesn't understand common. I don't know. Either that or maybe he didn't like his buddy very much.
Right.
I didn't like him anyway.
Is it possible to lay down behind this dead body and get like half cover?
Big enough?
I really want to.
Yeah, sure. It's creative use of the environment. Sure, I'll give you
Yeah.
half cover for that's a big creature. So, assuming you got your scimitar out from underneath it. Yes. Then you
So
duck back.
I would
by.
be prone.
Yes, you would
so
be prone.
Put that on me.
You would be prone. You would be prone. Groot, you're up. You still got kind of half cover from this boulder, by the way.
All right.
But you'd have to move out from cover to take a shot at it if you're going to do
I can
it.
move out and move back in, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay.
I'm going to use my second window because you guys rock. Roll a 15.
There we go. That should do it. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, that's exactly what you need. He's wearing leather armor and he's got a shield.
Man,
Ooh,
Max
yeah, I did
damage.
kill him with an
That is
8.
max damage.
nice.
Dang.
8 points. That is enough to kill him.
Wow.
So you can go ahead and
nice.
narrate your kill.
And I do this. Take that, goblin!
You killed him by flipping him off. It wasn't the arrow sticking through his head. It was the finger.
It was the vicious mockery
So-
that I did.
Vicious
Yeah,
mock.
your vicious mockery worked better than mine.
Okay, and that goblin dies. You kind of like look around in anticipation of more attacks, but gradually you realize, okay, at least at the moment, nothing else is coming. So
Is the bell still ringing?
the bell is still ringing.
I said
Yeah.
we'd go in and find
Yeah,
out.
we
who the
gotta
hell's
Yeah,
check
I want to start. Yeah, going in there because I've never heard of a bell that rings automatically. So is someone in there ringing it? Like,
Yeah, it's been going on for, well, it's probably about
Check it out.
5-10 minutes now since you got here, at least. Combat goes pretty quick. But
I'm
yes,
actually gonna go rumple through these bodies quick.
you're going to
Mira's
search the
going
bodies?
and doing her own thing, and we're gonna go in the church.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The goblins don't have much on. Actually, let me double check that. They've each got leather armor, which is kind of ratty and gross.
Yeah.
They each have a shield, which these would be
Let
functional.
arrows work with my bow.
Yeah, it was short bow.
Oh yeah, that's a good
arrows
idea
would work.
actually.
They would
Cool.
have. Well, let's see here. How many arrows do they got?
I have a random treasure chest, a treasure generator if you want me to roll it for you.
No, I just want to find out how many arrows they've got.
No.
Between the two of them, they had 8 arrows left.
Oh
All right.
wow.
So they were ready. Let me double check this area they were in to see if it describes what they've got. They have got. Oh, they do have some stuff. Pojo. Oh, well, okay, they're named. These goblins are actually named, which is fun. So one of them had a pouch that has something in it. You can hear it kind of rattling around in there. And the other one had a pouch that jingles when you shake it.
Okay.
Oh, and the other one had a sack too. Oh, actually, the other one had a sack. And as you pick up the sack, you feel something like shifting around in there inside the sack.
Moving?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm just dropping that one, but I'll take the jingly sack.
Okay. You drop it and you hear
It's a chicken,
like
man.
something squawking in there.
I pull a sack off the thing.
You pull the.
You like dump
I
out
let it
whatever
out.
the thing is?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it actually was tied around the end. So if you want to untie it,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Out flaps a chicken that just immediately like flees away from you
Perfect. Good.
in the direction that it came.
So I got a pouch.
Yeah, you got 2 pouches actually. Both of of which contain something. If you want to open them to find out what it is, I can tell you.
Yeah, please.
All right, so inside one of them, it looks like it has a gold ring in it.
Oh.
This area is 4C, by the way, if you want to note down where you got it. Nightstone 4C.
Okay.
The other pouch has 5 copper pieces.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll just say
You're
about
rich.
my money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they
I'm a-
each had a scimitar and a short bow.
Yeah, I just took the arrows.
Okay.
Are arrows universal? Short bow, long bow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
Now, I'll
So while he's doing
double
that, I'm
back
gonna walk
to the
in to the church.
I'm sorry, you, while he's doing that, you're going to walk into the church, did you say?
Yeah, I just want to walk in, and you said there was another door in there.
Yes. Is everyone going to join him?
I will follow him.
Is there anyone not
Yes.
going to join him?
I will follow.
Okay, then I'm going to move the whole group to another map, so hang on.
Okay.
Please stand by.
Let's see.
World is generating.
World is
As
generating.
as I walk up there, I ask Groot if he wants some of these arrows.
We need some
Uh,
harp music, so whenever
I
we're
only
waiting for you to
use-
move us, I'll just
I
play my harp.
No, I don't need any arrows.
Okay.
Okay. For some unknown reason, okay, these tokens are foobar. Now everyone's like half size, so
Oh, cool.
I've got to resize your tokens here. Hang on.
I'm 2.5 feet.
My
I've-
scale.
It's all right. We can't see the map yet either.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's the map. I think it's something the way I set up the tokens. So I'm just going to. Okay, reveal this area. Okay, I can move you guys to it.
Oh god, where am I?
Everything
So-
has gone
There I am.
black.
Yep, you are in the upper left corner.
Okay.
Did you draw this?
Did I draw this? No, it is actually a third-party map I found, but it's
Those stairs are great.
yeah.
I see nothing but black. right
It's in
now.
the
Yeah,
Scroll up.
scroll up all
Oh,
the
there
way.
you go.
so
Yeah,
yes.
so I w-
You, I've already described the
Ah.
benches are kind of actually off to the side instead of facing, which oh well.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's a door to the back that's behind this lectern, and there's actually a stairway going up as well.
See, I would have headed to the door first.
Okay, so you head to the back door.
Is it
And again,
locked?
the ringing of this church bell fills this entire place. So the door is to the back is actually half open.
Oh, well, yeah, I would push it the rest of the way and look in.
Okay, beyond this door, let's see. I've got to check a few things here.
So Don, your portrait for your character is from Baldur's Gate.
Is
That's
it?
one of the characters from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Nah, yeah, I didn't know that. Never played that one.
I go, man, that seems familiar. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
so you reveal by opening that door. Reveals another area here. So there's another room beyond. Let's see. I think there's a description beyond there. It's got a plain wooden bed. Looks like that's maybe where the village
That must be
priest
bad.
sleeps.
Oh.
The mattress has been torn open and its straw pulled out. The floor is strewn with the contents of 2 wooden chests, priestly vestments, and other personal effects. Looks like there's also a ladder that goes up, kind of like in front of the mattress there, and it looks like it leads. There's this over area that's higher up, and you can hear. Actually, everyone make a perception check to see what you hear over the ringing of this bell.
Yeah, with my beautiful Oh, hey!
Nice.
Look at that. Tim and I got 20s. Way to go,
You got a
Tim.
22.
So yeah, you guys hear above the
14.
sound of the ringing bell, you actually hear what sounds like gleeful laughing noises.
Uh, probably more goblins.
Can
Let's get up
I
there.
pick up some priestly vestments?
Sure, there's a whole bunch of them strewn all over the floor.
Yeah, I just want to have some in case I feel like dressing up like a priest.
I thought you were concocting some brilliant plan to deal with the goblins. No, I just want some priestly vestments. Okay, sure.
Might come in handy later.
Okay.
Yeah. Do
Make-
a
if you
show.
wish, if you wish to make a religion check, you can.
Yeah, while I'm picking them up.
Losing
Oh,
my
shit.
religion.
They yes, they are robes.
Am I even sure that they're priestly?
Actually, you guys could maybe tell if you guys, all you guys want to make a
So,
knowledge religion.
I want to.
check.
I want to make a nerd check. So, because my guy's you know, like he's been reading about everything in
Sure.
Faerun, and
Go ahead and make a nerd
No,
check. Religion
I
check.
did 19.
Nerd religion check of 13. Or 19.
19.
Excuse me. You can tell based on the decorations and things on the lectern and so forth, and now these vestments, that this temple appears to be dedicated to two gods, Lathander and Mileki, or Miliki.
Okay. Well,
Those-
I get all nerdy, and I'm like, well, actually, these are the vestments of the Sander and Maliki.
Yes, Lathander's god of the dawn.
Yes.
Miliki is the goddess of forests. So actually,
Ah.
all you nature dudes and dudettes would know that probably.
Yeah, I don't know any of that.
It's just robes. I'm gonna preach.
All right.
Look at me, I'm a
I
priest.
said,
Look at me, I'm a
I
priest.
said, let's get upstairs. That bell's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
quite know where the ladder is on the map. but-
Baldry's looking at you. You're not a priest.
Yeah, not even close.
Well,
The
I'm-
ladder,
I'm
Schemer.
putting them on and pretending.
yeah, the ladder is directly south of you, Samuel. I mean, it's like right in front of you. It's leading up to this platform that's a little bit higher up.
Do
Okay.
the stairs go up or down?
It's a ladder
the-
and it's going straight up. Oh, the
Well,
stairs
no,
in
no,
the other
no, I
room.
think you meant in the other room.
Yeah, the other room. Do the stairs go up?
Yeah.
Actually,
He said they went up.
wait a minute. Let me see. Does that? See now that
Or is
makes.
that just like a
Oh, you
lectern?
know what? Okay, I completely misread that. Those aren't stairs. That's a bedpost. The stairs lead up
This
to that.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
The-
okay.
The thing that's in front of him. It's
Oh,
basically
this is a bedpost. You
Right.
thought it was
the
a
mattress
ladder.
is
These are
offset.
the stairs going up.
Yes, makes more sense
So-
now.
What is this area over here within like the dashed lines?
That's
what.
what.
It's a secret door.
Yeah, that's it's actually open, but somehow it connects. Yeah, it's goofy. This map is kind of goofy.
Okay.
We're just gonna say that
The third grader designed it.
the ladder,
It kind of looks like a third grader designed it.
the stairs, instead of going kind of curving to the right, they should curve to the left, and they will reach this upper platform above the room you're in.
Okay.
So,
Let's head
yeah,
up.
presuming you go up there, yes. Let me reveal that area, and it's not really much to reveal because you pretty much know what you're going to find up there. These guys they're two goblins. It's basically the lower part of the steeple, and descending from the top of the steeple where this bell is ringing, there's basically two ropes dangling down, and two goblins are hanging from these ropes, like alternating back and forth, and they're just having exactly the time of their lives doing this, and the sound is so loud they've been completely oblivious to anything that's been going on around them. So
Anything that's
Ah.
going on.
They need arrows stuck in their backs.
so let me make perception checks to see if they even spot you as you come up this ladder. We'll just treat that whole room area, including the lower room, as the upper area.
One. Yeah.
Just to make things simple.
Bell.
yeah. They're completely oblivious to your presence.
Hmm.
Ooh, are we in an order or?
I mean, yeah, is there-
Yeah, so actually, let me just clear this out and we'll
Turn order.
remove all turns. There we go. Okay, so Yes, so go ahead and select your token. We'll just go for initiative, and these guys are not going to get an attack the first round because they are surprised. Oh,
Damn.
rolled pretty good
7.
initiative, though. Oh, come on.
10. Woohoo!
7. That's crap.
Missing somebody here. Mary,
Hey, I did beat someone.
oh, Mary, you are there. Who's missing? Oh, Groot, you're not on.
Rude.
Dude, I rolled.
Which- hang on, I
Hey,
can.
your shit's really delayed then, apparently. Oh,
Oh,
there you are.
yeah.
14.
14. Okay. So that's everyone. I'll start descending. So first round, the goblins don't get to act. So Serendil, you will get first action. You are currently down in the lower level. Only the room that Samuel's in is the upper level.
Just gotta go up the stairs.
Sorry.
Am I
Oh,
gonna
okay. Sorry.
swear? I can't even tell. Oh, there ain't.
All right, so I am going to. I figure we need to know what the hell's going on here, so I'm going to cast sleep.
Okay.
Oh.
First you're down below, so you would need to move up to
Oh,
to be the same room that the room. As I said, the room that Samuel's in right now,
Right.
I'm treating as the upper. So you move up to that level, and you see the goblins, and so you're going to cast sleep on. And then that affects a number
Yes.
of hit points, I believe. And oh god, I
yeah,
have
it's 5d8. I guess it's not going to calculate it, so I'll
It's-
just roll
no,
a
it
5d8.
did. It
Did
did
it?
26.
Oh,
Oh,
see a
26. I
there.
see. Yep. So 26 hit points of characters. Do they get a save? I think they do.
I thought so.
No, I
Saving
don't think
throw
they do.
none. No
Saving
save.
throw
Yeah.
none. Okay.
Because I have that spell too. Yeah.
So yeah, as long as they're within 20 feet of a point you choose within range, goes by descending order, and you got 26 points, which would easily encompass both of these goblins. So they're just having the time of their life on this, and all of a sudden they both just.
Does that hit me too or no?
No, I get to pick.
Yeah.
It's-
You do. Okay.
Well,
Good. Because
yeah. So does it hit him?
yeah, I was gonna say that.
I'm,
doesn't answer
I'm
the
pretty
question.
tired right now.
Well, he hasn't annoyed me enough yet. so no.
Okay.
I think I'm
okay.
gonna go
So I
to
say,
sleep.
okay, you guys, let's tie him up.
Yeah. I got rope.
Okay, you've got rope.
Yes,
I'll,
bind them securely.
I'll head up the stairs and give him the rope.
Okay.
All right, let's tie him up.
You tie them up
Yeah, I'm
in a
gonna
rope. You got
help
enough rope.
tie him up.
You've got enough rope to tie them both up. So, yes, they are currently asleep. Let me see. How long does that last?
Well,
Well, we can
is it
shake them to
concentration
wake
spell?
them up.
Yeah.
A
So it
concentration.
lasts until we want to wake them up.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can slap it awake. So okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what the actual duration is. 1 minute.
Concentration.
Yeah, it's 1 minute. Yep, you're right.
But we can slap him awake.
Yeah, we'll tie him up and slap him awake.
All right. So
By
while
the
you're
time we tie him up, it's probably a minute. So.
yeah, you're able. I would say you're able to tie them up within a minute. While you're doing that, and if not everyone's doing the tying, you see that there is actually 2 sacks. There are 2 sacks laying on the steeple floor.
Nice.
Somebody want to check
I'll
those
open
out?
a sack.
Yeah, I would help tie him. So if you want,
I'll open a sack.
Okay, so I'll say Groot and Valdry each take a sack. Okay, so the one sack looks like it contains 3 blocks of incense. Look like they'd be worth something apiece. 5 gold, I think, is what they block of incense is worth.
roughly.
Yeah. There is a silver holy symbol of Miliki. It's shaped like a unicorn's head. That would be worth 25 gold. And some other useless personal effects that obviously didn't come from this goblin. I mean, he obviously stole all this stuff
Sure.
and put it in the sack. So you basically get the idea that the sacks these guys are carrying contain stuff that's not them. They were here looting stuff. The other sack holds 3 empty vials
Ooh. Nice.
that you can actually.
empty.
Well, they're
Is that
empty.
the one that I'm holding?
Yeah, Valdry, the one you're looking at.
Okay.
You actually can tell that they, until recently, contained some kind of clear liquid.
Okay.
There's like a little bit of remnants of liquid inside.
Yeah.
And there is a small wooden box. Looks very plain. Doesn't appear to have any kind of lock on it. There is a latch,
Okay.
but not. It doesn't appear to be locked. Looks like a clasp could just pop it open.
Okay. Well, I'll pop it open.
Okay. Inside, you see 37 copper pieces and 15 silver pieces.
Nice.
Valdry, make a knowledge religion check with advantage.
Okay, religion check. We get here.
Nice.
16.
Okay, while this box doesn't have any identifying marks on it, you know that a lot of the time various faiths will have like a poor box that's meant to collect donations for the poor,
Yeah.
and you suspect that that's probably what this was.
Okay, cool.
It's mine!
My precious. I'm rich.
Otherwise, yes, those two sacks are really the only thing of note in this upper area, and you get the other guys get the two goblins tied up, and around about that time, you can either wait for them to wake up or slap them awake if you want.
Strike him, Sevilwe.
Hey, Waffwe.
Slap.
Slap. Okay.
Does
You
anyone speak Goblin?
Let's find out what
I
this-
don't.
speak-
No.
Giant,
I'm infernal and common
Yeah, I speak
giant,
Elven and
common, elvish, and druidic.
and celestial.
Dwarvish, elvish, giant, halfling, orc.
So, before we wake them up, I'm gonna ask that question, and then when everyone says no, I'm just gonna stab the one I'm by with a rapier in the head.
What?
Are you neutral? Are you?
No one can talk to them. What's the point
don't
of
know
keeping them
that.
alive?
You don't know that.
We don't need both of them.
Okay. Go ahead. Make an attack roll with
Wow.
advantage because this
That's
guy
a little
is
harsh.
restrained. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage against this guy.
It's a 12.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you try to stab him in the head, and you wind up getting his armor in your way.
Wow, you suck.
I would say that that's enough to wake him up, though. And
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
and
just trying to wake him up.
he like wakes up and he like sees you standing over with a rapier right in his face, and he like goes ah, waking up the other goblin who also sees you, and he also goes ah.
I'm
These
gonna
two goblins
say
are
to
sitting
them,
there
"Do you
screaming
speak
it.
common, or do you want to die
Okay, they
immediately?"
both stop screaming, and they look at you, and then they like look at each other, and the one on the the north looks at you, the one you're pointing the rapier at. He says, "Bitches, be got it."
Okay.
Thank you, Jar Jar.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Jar Jar.
What happened here? Why are you attacking this place?
Why are you attacking this bell?
What did this bell do to you?
You.
Right.
We're not attacking Bell. We just playing on Bell. It makes wonderful noise. Why are you tying us up? Why are you trying to stab me in face?
Why
was
are
just
you
waking
attacking
you
this
up.
village?
We're not attacking any village.
Well, how did you get here?
By
Why are you
walking.
stealing from the church?
What?
Why are you stealing from the church?
He looks like all these questions coming at him. Church empty when we got here. We take stuff.
Where do those rocks come from outside?
Don't know.
Where's
Sky?
the people?
Don't know.
So you
We,
just happen to be
No, 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 no,
you
no,
know,
no, 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 no,
exploring?
no, no, no. We always come here to check and find stuff, and we come here today. The town is empty with all these big rocks, so we take stuff. We need to eat too.
Yeah, well, you don't eat gold and holy symbols.
How do you know?
I eat goblin.
Okay,
Goblin.
I have disease. You don't want to eat me. I have real bad disease. Worms.
How many
Worms
goblins
come out of
are
my
here?
Were you
butt.
here yesterday?
What?
Were you here yesterday?
No, we just got here. We got
How
here.
many
We were.
goblins are here?
We got 2.
You two?
Are you
Just
the
you
only
two.
2 goblins in the city?
No. You said here. There's 2 of us here.
Where are all the others?
I don't know.
How many others are there?
I don't know.
2.
Wait.
Your usefulness to us is rapidly expiring,
Wait.
so I suggest you come
Wait.
up with
Wait.
better
I know.
information. You know what? All right, what do you guys want to know?
27.
Anything else?
27.
27.
4 goblins,
Wait.
huh?
No. Five.
All right,
Does your
which is
friend
it?
speak
5 or
common?
27?
I was off by 1. I forgot to include him.
Does he speak common?
Well, he's speaking in common now. Oh, you're
No,
asking.
the other one. Yeah, I'm asking.
You're asking him. Well, okay. You speak common? The other one, no.
That is common.
He knows
Oh, then
speak
you're-
common. He,
Then you're useless. Why shouldn't I kill you?
but me give you
Not-
information.
It's your friend.
You let me go. I go away. I leave you. You want stuff? You keep stuff. I go and not hurt anybody. You
What
leave.
about your friend? Can I kill him?
No. What did he do to you?
He's useless.
We were just ringing on a bell, and you want to kill us? What did we ever do to you?
Oh, well, other goblins just tried to kill
Yeah, I
us,
just
so
got-
your
Yeah.
friends tried to kill us.
I just got shot by a arrow from a goblin, so I'm not too happy with you right now.
Well, what? Where?
And
did
your
you- what?
wargs attacked us too.
What? Not my wargs.
I don't know if you owned them or not. They were running loose.
So you just assume every wild animal running around is mine?
Yes.
Is it not?
No. Why are you so quick to try and kill me? What did I ever do to you?
You annoyed us with the bell.
I didn't see signs saying no ring bell under penalty of death. Vito and I not ring bell if a sign saying no ring bell under penalty of
So,
death. Why they
I
have
saw-
rope if your ringing bell causes death?
Groot
Who's
is
the
very
old-
frustrated with these guys, and he goes, "Who the fuck cares?" And he walks away.
Yeah.
So, who's your leader?
Leader,
Groot walked away.
hark,
Yeah, who's your leader? What's
Hark.
his name?
hark.
All right, well, if we take you outside, call Hark and bring him over.
Oh, Hark not here. He back at home base.
Oh, and where's that?
North, in cave.
Oh, who's the leader of the group here in the town?
No leader just sent us out to go scavenge, and we find. We find stuff. We bring back the cave. That's what Hark wants, so we do. Can
Oh,
we
we
go
can-
now?
Just
Where's-
because I want to freak him out, can I start ritual casting detect magic?
Sure.
I mean, he's just gonna see me casting a spell. He might
Yeah.
not know what
All
it
right.
is.
So yeah, he basically starts logic. At first, he looks like confused, like you're having some kind of fit or something, and then he like, what are you doing? What are you making?
I left and going to join Groot.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
how big are these guys? Like,
Goblins are diminutive. They're big. Probably about the size of a halfling or thereabouts.
And then I realized I need to go back and get my rope.
I know, that's why I don't want to leave them, because I don't want to lose your rope.
So
I say we
I go
drag
back
them outside.
to-
And
The
call
rope
all
drag
the
'em
other
out with
goblins.
us.
Let's
The
call all
rope
the
is
other
worth
goblins.
more than their lives at this point.
I untie my rope and take it.
You're just gonna untie them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Okay.
Anything to us?
Do I detect any magic in the room? As I
No, you do not.
okay.
So you
But
okay,
not-
Mirror? You come up, you untie as you're untying them. They kind of, you untie us? Okay, and they like hold really still and let you untie them. And as soon as you get your rope off, they like quickly stand up and like back up against the wall. Okay, you let us go now.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Don't
Get out.
bother us
Leave the
anymore.
town.
Tell
Go
all your
tell-
other
tell
buddies
your
not
leader-
to bother us.
Tell
or
your leader
else.
Find
to
some
leave
other
the
town.
village alone. Find another town.
Oh, okay. Are you own town now?
Yes, we own the
As
town.
far as you're concerned, yes.
Okay. What?
If your leader would like to talk to us, we'd be willing to talk to
Yeah,
him.
if he wants to have a conversation, we could have a conversation. But
Who I say you are? How
who the hell are
Who the hell are we?
we? We don't have a group name yet.
We are the Justice League.
We're the
So
goblin.
I actually bow very formally to him then and say, I am Serendiel of the Baylands.
Oh. He looks over at his friend. This is Beto, and I am Vark. And
All right, Bark.
no, Vark. No,
V?
bark
Like-
like
Oh,
not bark like a dog. Vark, like.
All right, Bark. All right,
and-
Vark. I would say gather your friends and leave. All right. If you guys want to have a conversation, your leader can send somebody to come talk to us. But
Okay.
we're
Okay,
trying to
Beetle.
figure out what happened here.
Okay, Beto, let's go. We'll get out of here. We leave these nice people alone. We just leave. And they actually make their way to the window and open it up, and he jumps out of it.
Okay.
All right.
Could have gone down the stairs, but all right.
And falls to his death.
He dies.
No, he almost died. He took 6 hit points of damage. He falls down. He's like, oh! And Vark runs over. No, not through window, you dummy. Sorry, I have to go pick him up.
You could use the stairs,
It's like the
dude.
greatest
Yeah.
thing that could have happened.
Vark that runs past you. You guys see him. I don't know if you left the temple or entirely or not.
I was watching the
Mirror.
door.
Okay, so you see Vark come running down the stairs and approaching the door, and he sees you standing there, and he kind of stops. I need to go out, and my friend fell.
So, okay, so I say go ahead and go, and I do the whole, do this, and then as he walks by, I'm gonna hold out my foot.
To trip him? Okay.
Trip him.
Okay, I'll just have him make a dex saving throw. Actually, I need to contest it against something. Go ahead and make a melee attack,
Melee attack.
like an unarmed attack, basically.
Just use my.
This is why I always add unarmed to my character sheets.
Right.
I miss.
Okay, yeah. You try to trip him. He kind of looks at you, and he's not gonna make anything out of that. He's just like, okay, yeah. Well, your foot was there. Okay, and he moves out, and he starts running around the side of the temple to collect his buddy.
All right, I watch them the whole time.
Okay.
Make sure they leave town.
Out the window, or where do you
No,
follow?
no, no. When they get outside.
Yeah. Well, they're on the opposite side of the building from where you're standing right now, but
Right, right. Well, I would follow them as they.
oh,
I follow
okay.
Vark as he
Oh.
goes out. And
All
walk
right.
out.
So if you follow him outside of the building, then yeah, you see him approach his buddy. His buddy's laying there going, oh. He kind of stands over him, speaking at him in a language you don't understand. And he actually hauls off and kicks him.
Does he
and-
kill his friend?
Well, actually, oh my god.
You gotta roll.
He kicks him and
You
tells
gotta
him
roll for that.
He doesn't kill him. He knocks him unconscious. All right, it says buddy like, and
Now you gotta carry him.
he looks at you.
I
and-
walk up to his buddy and I cast Spare the Dying. which
Okay,
will
well, he actually-
Well, he
stabilize
just
him.
knocked him unconscious.
yeah, he's
dying.
not. He's not
Okay.
dying. He's just unconscious.
All right.
All right, so yeah, Vark grabs his buddy and yeah, okay, me take him now. And you see he basically starts dragging him away.
This whole situation was just great.
Okay, so we're out of initiative. Yeah, the two goblins you see, they kind of move off in the direction of the drawbridge, and
I go
Look
back
like-
outside.
yeah, it looks like they're getting the hell out of Dodge. So, all right, so I'm gonna move us back to the Nightstone
Square?
map here.
Okay, stepping away quick.
All right, do you want to take a quick break?
Sure, quick bio break.
Okay, so a 5-minute break, and we'll come back in a moment. Okay, we're back. We're back. So, you guys just got rid of a couple of goblins. And yeah, they have basically bolted right for the town exit, the drawbridge, and made off across as you guys exit the temple. So you guys, I also cleaned up the corpses outside of. They're still there. I just moved.
Well,
them.
thank you for cleaning that up.
Yeah, there's this little automated janitor that goes around and cleans up corpses off the map. So yeah, you guys are out now that the bell has stopped ringing. You guys are standing in town, and the silence, apart from the howl of the wind, it is still raining out. Apart from the howl of the wind, the town is eerily silent.
Wild.
I say we just start walking through buildings and checking for people. That'd be my vote.
Yeah.
Do it clockwise and just go around the buildings and
Yeah.
So
Check
check,
the inn.
check that
the
next
inn
long
next.
building there.
I would say let's check the inn next.
Well,
Okay, so you guys are going to head for the inn.
There might be some beverages left over in there.
ooh, maybe.
So yeah, you guys head for the south entrance. Okay, yeah, this map is goofy as hell because there's no entrance on the west side of the map. So it doesn't really matter. You guys are entering from the south. So let me just move your characters over here. I just need to. I have another off-screen map for that. Just gonna move you guys there. I take it you're all going to enter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just kind of move
Quest-
you.
A question, Paul. When we're by these boulders, do they look like they just like fell, or is there like a mark that they came from a certain direction, or anything like that?
Make an insight investigation check. You don't see any drag marks or anything like that, like it was rolled there. They do seem to have a fairly large crater,
Yeah.
which seems to imply that it was dropped there or it fell from
Yeah, but
above.
I was thinking more along the lines of like, okay, this one came from the west, so there's it. You can see the angle or whatever, but they look like there's dropped straight down.
Seems that way.
basically.
Yeah, you don't like
Okay.
see like it rolled or anything like that. It just
Or
seems
from
like,
a catapult.
yeah, it came from the sky. It didn't. It doesn't look like it rolled in any way.
Okay.
It looks like it was dropped straight down.
All right. Interesting.
I bet you it
Okay.
was a. I'm starting to suspect it was a floating giant castle or something.
I think it's a UFO.
or a very large bird who
Right.
ate very strange food.
Well, it's pretty solid. If it was a bird, it was.
That's a hell of a bird.
Yeah,
But
you're
it's a
not
hell
sure
of a
what it would
poop.
have been eaten.
It was a rock.
Yeah, it was.
It's a rock lobster. All right, so let's check these places.
Okay, so let me see here.
Oh, so do we hear any more goblins, or now that it's quieter and there's not like
Bell ringing.
bells?
No, yeah, with the bell again. With the bell quiet, the rest of the town, you, well, you go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
All of us?
Sure.
Yeah, well,
Oh, 23.
Um,
it rolls in there.
let's see, with a 23, let's see, you would be able to.
16.
No, you don't hear anything else.
Right. I'm wondering if we should close up the bridge.
Good idea.
So that nothing else comes running in here.
Right.
Okay, and how do you propose to go about doing that?
Check
Look
out
in
the
the
gatehouse.
guardhouses.
Got to be some kind of mechanism to open and shut it.
Sure. Which gatehouse are you investigating?
Is this everybody cool with that? Well, I don't think we
Yeah.
can get in.
The one to the west
This one's
there.
pretty tight there, right? Because that big boulder's in the way. So
Yeah,
probably this
got
one.
at least 5 feet.
All right. Well, let's check the other one first, since it's the easier one to get into.
Okay, so you're going to the north one first?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the entrance to the watchtowers are actually they both are accessible. The boulder, while it landed right in front of it, it's not completely blocking the
Okay.
gate or the watchtower. Inside the watchtower, looks like it contains a winch, and you can tell that this winch is extending to these chains that look like it would raise the drawbridge. But there is
Alright,
also,
let's
you
do
see,
that.
there's a matching chain leading to the opposite tower.
And they probably need to both be drawn at the
Operated
same
at the
time.
same. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. If you look in the other
Okay.
south watchtower, you see that also has a similar winch, and it looks like they may be meant to operate it in tandem.
All right. Let's do it. Let's raise it.
Okay, so you guys start pulling. You don't need to really make a strength check to do this. It's designed so that a normal human can turn this winch. It does raise slowly. It basically takes about around 6 seconds or so to raise at about 30 degrees. So it takes, basically you can raise the whole drawbridge in about, half a minute or so.
Okay.
Or less than that, 18 seconds thereabouts. Anyway, you're able to raise you're pulling the winch or rotate the winch, however it works. And the drawbridge is fully raised now, and the moat is no longer crossable by that means. And it, like I said, effectively serves as like a gate preventing entrance to the town.
Okay.
Okay. So, that done, what do you wish to do next?
Go back
Go
to
by
the
the inn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to the inn, and all right. As I said, there's an ornate wrought iron sign in front of the inn. You can also tell that on the southeast corner of the inn, there is a large hole in the roof. It seems like very likely one of these boulders may have fallen
Yeah.
and hit the building.
Oh, that's right. North is down, isn't it? In this world.
No, north is north.
top of
Really?
the screen, right?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Did I say on the north side? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
you said the southeast.
the south. Yeah, there's on the
Oh,
north.
there's a hole, right, and then the collapsed.
So
part.
right there.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
actually do want to walk around the circumference of the inn, you would see that part of it has actually been more substantially
Demolished.
damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I don't know. You want to go in that way, or try to go in that way, or you want to go in through the door?
We'll go in this door
To
here.
the main entrance on the south central.
Okay. Yes, the front door does not appear to be locked, so you are free to enter that. Let me see if I can find this here. Where is my other map? Nightstone Inn. Here we go. Okay, so let me get you guys onto that map. I just need to reveal. Okay, so it looks like all of this would be revealed. And move you guys over here. This will be on the bottom of the screen.
Oh,
So you guys enter into the entrance of the Nightstone Inn. It looks like it was a fairly nice place before it got smashed to hell by a bunch of boulders. The front room is, let's see. I've got to pull this up here. That is 8A. Sorry, cross-referencing several things here. Yes, as you enter the room, you can see there's wreckage all over the place here. Obviously, one of these, and you can see a giant rock just punched through the roof, actually came through the floor above you. It's a 2-story structure, so it came through some sort of a room that was above and smashed through the floor and landed in the midst of this room here, which you have entered. There's the remains of a bed and a wardrobe, which looks like they may have came from the room above, surrounded by the shattered remains of what look like dining room furnishings. There's 2 small tables, a few chairs. Resting atop each table is an unlit oil lamp. And laying on the floor in the middle of the room, you see a dead goblin with a crossbow bolt sticking out of its chest.
no, so somebody else
Yikes.
killed one.
I call out, "Hello, anybody here?"
So that, you mean like back here, back of the bar?
No, more in the, well, kind of at the corner of the bar.
Speaking of the bar, Valdry's going to go behind the bar to see if anything's there.
Okay.
There you go.
Behind the bar, let me see here.
I'll take a seat right there.
Okay. It doesn't describe this, but I'm going to make a call that it's basically you would find what you would normally find in terms of drinks and beverages at a fairly well-stocked inn. Actually,
Come here often?
actually, you know what? It wouldn't be behind the bar. You actually find by the dead goblin, there's a sack that's basically open, and the contents have been strewn out. So you find actually a whole bunch of booze.
Liquor bottles.
Yeah, liquor bottles strewn off. A few of them broken, shattered. Obviously, this goblin was in the process of looting the bar, and something happened. This crossbow bolt grew out of his chest.
So nobody responded when I called out.
No, not immediately. No.
Okay. Hello, we're here to talk to somebody in this town. Is anybody around? Anybody survive?
You can make a perception check if you want.
Okay.
Everyone can if you wish.
Yeah. No.
Let's see.
Oof.
Can I check
Brutal.
out beyond the stairs?
Yeah, Dave. Mirror, I should say. I was going to say, you as you approach that door, and with that perception roll.
So you guys aren't seeing my rolls?
I see it in
see-
the
Yeah.
chat.
I see a
the chat
16.
Oh,
window.
at a
16?
16.
Yeah,
I see a 16 and a 21.
yeah.
Okay.
I haven't
Alright.
seen Mirror's roll yet.
Oh, okay.
Mine's 14 and 14, 20.
Yeah, I got a smashing 12.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. So you actually hear the sound, Mirror, as you approach that door of some kind of rummaging noises going on behind. There's a door right in front of you.
So I kind of use my hand to gesture, I point at the door and I point at my ear, cup my ear. I can hear something.
Yeah, you hear basically kind of scrabbling and scratching noises, or not scratching noises, but like something's moving around in there and rummaging. through
Probably
stuff.
goblin.
So I'm gonna, I mentioned not yell out, but use my hands and tell them to come over here.
Of course,
Yeah.
Serendial just before it called, "Hello, anybody here?"
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
They might be rummaging, so they might not hear that.
All right. Well, I'll have my mace out.
All right.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, then both of you make stealth checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door quietly, hopefully. 16.
Okay, and
Nice.
okay, so you open the door, and I'll show what you see beyond here in a second. Right. Beyond it, you see another room that does indeed have a goblin in it. It looks like this room is some sort of a kitchen or pantry. Let me see.
That would have been really great there.
That is not that. Come on, where is this kitchen? Kitchen and pantry, yeah. What you see, there is a goblin that is carrying and kind of quickly moving towards the window to the right, and this goblin is carrying this huge sack that is like too big to even drag, let alone carry for this little goblin. And it looks like it's just stuffed with things. And you can
I
see
guess he has a crossbow.
well, at the moment it's not. You can see that the goblin has a scimitar and a short bow,
Oh,
but
okay.
is not armed at all because it's got using both hands to
Right.
try and move this, desperately drag this huge sack that's filled with stuff. And you can see this whole room was once
Yeah.
a kitchen and pantry, but it has been fully looted and there's stuff all over the floor. There's also a big boulder that came in through the northwest corner. But the goblin sees you coming. Obviously, it must have heard you coming, and it is trying to make a beeline for this window, but its movement is severely hampered by this huge sack. It apparently doesn't want to
Okay.
give up this sack. So I will go ahead and bring up initiative. Neither party is surprised, so go ahead and make a normal roll for initiative. As this goblin makes a dash for the window.
Yes. Nice.
Ooh, what did I roll? Oh wait, token.
What the heck? Oh, there you go. Okay.
You can tell.
I see a 1.
Yeah.
Don's got a 1.
No, I got a 10.
Yeah.
Well, you
roll
got a
a
1
one
and
and
a
a 10.
10.
You get a 1 and a 10.
How'd that happen?
That's
because
weird.
you didn't have your token selected.
Oh, okay. Yes, once I selected the token, it was a 10.
Okay. We'll go with the 10. It doesn't really matter that much. So
Right.
we will, let me just get this configured here. Sort descending. Okay. So, Sorendil and Mir, what's your dex respectively?
Dex is 16.
16.
Okay, each of you make a d20 roll.
Um,
Not that it really matters again this much, but
Shunk, shunk.
okay. Looks like
Dave is it.
yeah, looks like Mir is gonna go first, so we'll put you first. So
All
go
right.
ahead, Mir. As you open the door, you see this goblin shuffling painfully
Yeah.
away from you towards the window.
And line up. Well, take a knee and find my character sheet.
Whoa! Okay, so you fire an arrow at this thing. Go ahead and roll damage, crit damage.
Probably split it.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you critted it and you killed it with one shot of your longbow.
Wow.
Go ahead and narrate the kill if you like.
Yeah, it's basically, like I said, I take, get in about 5-6 feet, get down to my knee, pull the bow back, aim right for the middle of his back, and let loose.
All right, so yes, you hit it squarely in the back, even with this big sack that it's been trying to drag, and this, arrow basically goes right through it, juts out its chest, and it just falls over, and with the arrow still, it like spun around and like fell forward over the sack, and the arrow just kind of embeds it into the sack of stuff. So it's just like pinned on this sack, and you see the blood start seeping down into the contents of this sack as it lays there dead.
And I
Okay.
walk up.
That was
Pull
an
my
exciting
arrow
combat. Yes, you're able. Well, yeah. First, you have to pull the goblin off the sack, and then you pull the arrow out of the goblin. But you are able to recover it, and so you've got a dead goblin. It's got a sack full of stuff. Yes, a lot of stuff.
Wow. Well, he's taken care of. You guys want to look through this stuff or what?
I'll move into the room.
Okay, I'm gonna take you out of initiative. That wasn't much of a combat.
Yeah.
I want to search
Alright.
the rest of the inn.
Yeah.
All right. Are you just gonna leave that sack there, or
Yeah, it's guarded at this point.
okay?
I'm gonna look over at these looks like provisions and stuff and see if there's anything that we can use.
Actually, most of the room looks like it's been cleared out.
Okay.
Quite possibly into
By
that
him.
sack. Yes,
Why is there a gold thing by my character?
a gold thing.
I have a gold square around my character. You do?
I don't know
I
unless you have it
don't
highlighted.
see that.
Oh, I see it on my map.
I do not see that. Sometimes happens if you're highlighted in combat
Yeah.
or something on the initiative order, but I don't have the initiative order displayed,
That-
so
Ah, yeah. Weird.
no idea.
Okay.
I don't see it on my map, so I'm not sure why that's there.
Well,
Okay.
I guess we can. I'll do what I do to get at the sack, and Valdry and I can look through that.
All right.
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna quickly rattle off this. Let you know if there's anything. Let me know if there's anything you want to note. There's several muffins, a block of cheese, a cooked chicken, a frying pan, an iron pot, a bullseye lantern, 2 flasks of oil, a set of cook's utensils, a jar of cloves worth maybe a silver piece, a jar of saffron worth maybe a gold piece, a dented silver jug worth about 20 gold, and a cracked hourglass worth maybe 25 gold if repaired. I'm actually going to maybe just try and copy this if I can.
I already have a bullseye lantern. And if anybody else wants one, that'd be good.
I've got the light cantrip. I can cast it well, so I don't need a
Oh.
lantern.
Does any of us not have dark vision?
Yeah, I think we all have dark
I'm
vision.
pretty sure all
I
of you
don't,
have
since
dark
I'm
vision.
a.
Though
I
it
do
is
not.
it is
Oh, I
currently
do.
You
day.
do not?
60 feet. Yeah.
It is
Yeah, so
currently
I'm not
day,
too worried
so
about it.
there's daylight coming in through the window, and not to mention the big hole that's in the middle of the room, or in the corner of the room. So is any of that something you guys would want to take out of that sack, or are you just
Nah.
Okay, then I won't bother putting it in chat.
I'll grab a muffin and eat it right away.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, the muffin.
I'll take the cheese.
Muffin sounds good.
Yeah, the muffin and the cheese look good. Doesn't look like they've spoiled or anything. They're in good shape, so they would
You
be
guys want some cheese?
definitely edible. The rest of the room, though, has pretty much been looted, regardless of what the picture
Yep.
says. It's all got stuck in the sack. So, yeah, dead goblin. Otherwise, the room has a fireplace and a door and a window. 2 windows, excuse me. And this big hole left from the boulder as it smashed to the corner.
All right. I'll go back to the main room where everybody else is.
Yeah, nobody else got a chance to enter the room, so
Yep.
you guys finished exploring that other area maybe while they were looting in there, and really nothing else to be found amongst all this rubble.
Does this staircase look like it goes up to the second level?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Say,
want to
hey,
explore.
anyone want to come up to check out the second floor?
I am aching to go up there.
Okay.
All right. Who was that? Serendial?
Yep.
All right, you want to take the lead and
All right, so you guys
Sure.
would show up right over there. So if you want to place yourself on the second floor, where you
I'll
would
stay
emerge.
down below to keep watch.
It's a hallway, and it looks like
Ah.
there are 4 doors leading to.
Oh.
The doors are all closed.
oh well, we can't have that.
I checked the first door. Is it locked?
Let's see, which door would that be? The northwest
The
corner?
one right in front of me, northwest corner. Yep.
Let me check that. Would be. See. Dun, 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 dun. No, doesn't appear to be. Interestingly.
Okay. I'm gonna knock first, and then seriously, because we don't know. I mean,
Yeah, so
I'm gonna be
polite.
like, "Hey, is anybody in here? Anyone survive? Anybody in here?"
You hear
Good
no
comment.
reply.
And then I just open up the door with wild abandon.
Okay. Oh, the rest of you guys staying downstairs? Groot, I see
Yeah,
you.
I said I was gonna stay down to keep watch in case anybody came in.
Okay. Surrender or Samuel, are you staying down there too?
Kyle.
I'm staying down.
Okay. So position yourself where you'd like to be. In the meantime, though, Surrendel, you don't hear anything beyond the door.
Yeah, I throw it open with wild abandon.
Okay. You throw it open to reveal what looks like a bedroom.
Damn, that's a hole.
Yeah, it looks like most of the furnishings got destroyed when a rock came through the corner of the inn, but there's a few interesting things here. They're hanging on the east walls a tapestry depicting a mountain landscape, and looks like under the window in the other corner is a wooden chest.
Oh, there you go.
The floor does look like it's safe to walk on.
Let us tread
well,
lightly.
Well, right now, I guess I feel like I'm not really in treasure hunting mode. If the rest of you guys are interested in the treasure, that's cool. But I would immediately just go to the other door and do the same thing. Knock and, hey, any survivors?
Opposite
Yeah.
southern door.
We can clear the rooms first, and then we can go back and
Yeah.
check that chest, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, southern room. Similarly, no results. No
Okay.
response, I should say.
I throw it open again with wild
Okay.
abandon.
That one is, let's see, 8E. It looks like basically, it's referencing another room. It's identical to the other guest room. It's a guest room. Vacant
Alright.
bedroom contains 2 beds, empty wardrobe, desk, and a matching chair. There's an oil lamp in the corner, and another rests on a small table.
Hey, man, that rug really ties the room together.
Yeah, it's
It
a bearskin
does.
rug. Don't you go peeing
Totally
on it.
ties the room together.
Don't you go peeing on it. And yeah, so that's that room. And
The angle is throwing my OCD off, though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to feng shui this room.
Right.
well, it's a good thing you're not up there, Mirror.
All right,
Um,
I'm gonna go over and do the same thing then.
To which room or which door?
Let's start with the top one. That one.
Okay, again. Pretty much same deal. If I hit the right tool, I'll actually be able to show it to you. Hang on. Here we go. Same deal.
And then the bottom one.
Okay.
So all 4 rooms.
The bottom one, yeah. I think that's the one that's going to be smashed.
All right. So before you open that up, let's see. Samriel, make a perception check.
Samuel.
Kyle.
I gotta.
Oh, nice.
I haven't set up
Nice.
prompt me if it's disadvantage or advantage, and I forgot about that. So
Oh.
I had to click a second button.
Okay. Then you actually with that roll, you hear something moving around in the room above that the boulder smashed through.
Like the room up here,
No,
like north, or
like the room over here,
oh,
the room above there, which actually happens to be the room that Serendiel is opening the door to briefly, shortly. But first,
Okay.
I wanted to let you know because this would be happening while they're exploring the other rooms.
yeah. I guess I can't stop them or anything.
No, but you heard something moving around up there.
Okay.
You could yell out.
No.
All right.
Okay.
I'm making no attempt to be stealthy whatsoever. I'm trying to, like, if people are
Right.
hurt or need help, I'm trying to make them know that, hey, I'm here and I'm here to help.
Okay. So you open the door. We'll switch back to you up there on the second floor. You open the door and you reveal the room where the boulder crashed through. And the first thing that catches your eye is there's a woman standing there,
Heyo.
and she
Hello.
is backed up kind of against the far wall to the door. She's got kind of like wide eyes, and she's got a hand crossbow leveled at you.
All right.
Like she knew you were coming, and she says,
Sure.
"Stop right there!"
I stop. I put my hands up. Like, hey,
I see.
I call out, we mean you no harm. We are friends.
yeah, I want to, like, calm her down and make her understand that I'm not here to threaten her whatsoever.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I am Serendiel, and I'm from the Fatelands originally, and now I'm from Waterdeep. And, well, we came here because we were going to meet with, who was the person we were meeting with? I forget her name. The
The Lady Nander is the leader of.
Lady Nander, and we were going to help try to sort out the problem with the elves, and, because I'm an elf, and that's why I'm here. But I'm originally from the Fatelands. Who are you? You look like a very nice person. I just, like, totally, like,
Start babbling away. Okay.
babbling away, like, way too much information, like.
Okay. You. Her face looks. She's got kind of an expression of shell shock on her in her face.
Uh-huh.
But as when you mention the Lady Nander, you can see there's kind of a flicker that maybe cuts through that a little bit, and
Okay.
like she recognizes the name, and she doesn't lower the crossbow, but she says, "I'm Kella. Were you?
Hey, Kella.
So you're not with the goblins then?"
Well, no, we're not. So it looks like this town took a beating from something. What happened? We just arrived and there were boulders everywhere, and we ran into goblins. There was one downstairs. We took care of him.
Uh,
Well, I didn't take care of him. One of my friends here did. Shot him right. Shot him like unbelievably hard. It was a really wicked shot. You should have seen it. And it looks like you. I saw your handiwork. You took out that other one down there. I'm
yes.
imagining.
Yeah, I was confused at first, but you must be referring. So the goblins are still here then.
Well, there was one downstairs, but he's no longer here. And there were the two in the church. If you heard the bells ringing, but we got rid of them. We sent them.
And we told them to
basically away.
take the rest of them with them.
Yes.
I say, are you thirsty? Would I have water I can offer you?
She looks at you and make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion, that should work.
Persuasion.
I kind of whisper to
So
Sam. I'm like,
23.
I hear talking up there.
Well, I say, hey guys, we found a survivor up here. Yell down the stairs.
So 23, I would imagine. Did that work?
Yeah. So she kind of slowly lowers the crossbow, and you swear you don't mean me any harm.
Absolutely not. I am here to protect. We are here to protect.
We're here to help. We saw the problem, and we don't know what happened. We want to find out what happened so we can help. Are there any other survivors like you?
Well, as basically as soon as Valdry kind of talks and convinces her that he doesn't mean her any harm, she. What was that?
I don't know.
That was
Oh
weird.
yeah.
I thought I heard
That
a
was
voice
weird.
say, "Hey."
Yeah.
It's an
That was my phone.
EVP.
Weird. There's still a goblin alive here. Yeah. So she kind of like puts her crossbow down. Actually, she's got like some kind of a holster for it in her. She's actually wearing what looks like kind of like a monk's robe. So she kind of holsters it and like moves forward. And I'm assuming you're preferring some kind of a.
Yeah,
water
proffering
skin?
her water.
Okay. Yeah. She takes it and takes a big long drink, and she says, "Thank you so much." She hands it back to you, and you can see she looks a little bit calmer now, like she's gotten a drink. And she said, I've been here since all this started. I was traveling to town, I was just looking to talk to the Lady Nander about procuring some real estate here in town to live, and I was staying at the inn, and out of nowhere, the boulders started falling. You've been in the town, you've seen the boulders.
Yes.
Yeah.
They fell out of the sky, out of nowhere. I've never seen such a thing happen before, and they smashed through the inn, and I could see it was smashing on the ground in the town, and so I hunkered down, and stayed where I was because that seemed the safest option, and the attack went on for some time, and lots of people were running around screaming, and then all of the town residents seemed to. The ones that weren't killed by the attack, they seemed to get together and leave. I didn't follow them because I was terrified, and I just stayed here. And then the goblins came, and they started looting, and I couldn't leave. I shot the one down there dead, but I could hear that there were still goblins in town, or assumed to be goblins in town, with the ringing of the bell. Then the bell stopped, and I saw you. And I didn't know.
They left, like walked out the gate.
All the people left, the villagers.
The villagers, yes. I didn't actually see it happen, but I saw some of them running past through the hole in the floor. Well, no, not the hole, out through my window, and they ran past towards the gatehouse, and there was a bunch of them together. They were being led by the dwarf chap, the one that runs the inn. I can't remember his name. But he gathered them together, the ones from all over the town, and I could see a large group of them leaving. It was over a dozen. I don't know how many more than that. It was probably more than a dozen. I don't know. But they fled through the drawbridge. They lowered the drawbridge and fled. And that's the last I've seen of anything but the goblins.
Strange. Well, we just closed the drawbridge because we didn't want any more goblins coming in.
Oh, that's a great idea. But have you killed all the ones that are in here?
Well, we don't know yet. We just started going building to building, and this was the first. The church is cleared, and this building is now cleared.
But rest assured, if we do find any more, we will take care of them.
I think they're. I don't know. I'm not up there, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Would
I
you like
yelled
to-
down
would
to
you
you
like
guys,
to come
okay?
down?
Yes, any
downstairs
of you
and meet
guys,
the
if
rest
you want
of
to
our
join.
party?
Yes, exactly. She says, oh, I would prefer to stay here until I can be sure that the goblins are taken care of.
You,
While-
my lady, I say, my lady, you will be safe with us.
I think there's one goblin left. He
Well,
said
I
there
say,
were,
hey,
We are a
said
very
there were
capable.
5 more, and we've killed 4 and 2 wargs.
I say, look, we're gonna search the other buildings, and I don't feel that you'd be safe by yourself.
Yes.
Why
I say
don't you
we are
stick
a
with
capable
us?
party, and I absolutely give you my word that we will guarantee your safety.
all right. If
I-
you
I jump in and say I feel perfectly safe with them.
okay. Oh, as you're a woman. Okay. I see
As
what
a
you're saying.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah, she nods with understanding, and she says it wasn't that I doubted your intentions. You look like very honorable folk. It's just that so far I've managed to avoid detection by hiding up
Sure.
here. If out in the open, if there are more goblins, I know more than just a few of them. So the town, there
Yeah,
are more around in the town, but
Sure.
where they are, I don't know, and I'd be worried more about being caught from ambush. As you can see, that's often the best place to stay is in a place of hiding. You have the superiority.
Yes, and I tell her, my lady, I guarantee you, I will sacrifice my life to protect you.
Okay, well, with your pretty good persuasion roll before, it looks like you've managed to convince her of that at least, and she says,
Okay.
very, very well. If I'd feel safer with you guys around me at least. So,
I say, well, and you honestly look like you can handle yourself in a scrap as well.
well, like I said, that was a shot from above. When the goblin had no idea I
Sure.
was there. They can do the same to us. Goblins
Sure.
have no scruples. They will fire and then try to hide, and they're very good at that. If you let them. That's why I took it out immediately. But
Sure.
in any case, what was your plan then for clearing the remainder of this town?
Well, we'll go building to building and search. Right?
Do you have anything to eat? I've been stuck here for at least a day, and
There's a whole sack of stuff downstairs. You're more than welcome to dig into whatever you want.
All right. I have rations.
Yes.
I'll give her one of my rations.
she
Well-
takes it gratefully, but she says that you said that there's provisions downstairs from the inn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really good muffins.
They are good. I can
You can see
vouch.
her.
I
She
had
starts licking her lips like, "Oh, muffin."
Mm.
She says, well, "Do you mind if I partake? Go get some
Please.
food."
one. Take
We're
what you
taking
like.
the muffins.
I don't think there's anyone else left in this inn, so
No, please.
Yeah, take what you need.
all right. So she heads down the stairs and she sees. Did you guys actually come upstairs, or were you just kind of lounging around down there still?
I thought,
I stayed down. I don't know if
I stayed
Sure,
at the
went up.
landing.
Okay. Well, she then comes down the stairs first. She sees you, Groot, and kind of stops. Sees
Hey,
you,
wave. Howdy.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Kella.
Hi, I'm Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Okay, it's very nice to meet you. I'm going to get something to eat now.
Yeah, there's food in the pantry, apparently.
Okay.
There's a dead goblin in there, though, too, so
Oh,
it's kind of gruesome.
so I heard. She comes down and sees you, Samril, and hello, I'm Kella.
hello, Samril.
Samril. Nice to meet you. I'm going to get some food.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will follow her into the next room.
Okay. You see her. She walks into the room. She spots the dead goblin off to the side, then sees the sack. She points to the sack and kind of raises an eyebrow. Is that where the food
Yes.
is? It looks like.
Yes.
All right, so and you guys kind of also outturn the sack, so there's a lot of stuff out there. There are still
Sure.
some muffins left. I can't remember all the other crap. There's other food in there.
Cheese.
Chicken.
Well, somebody took the cheese, I thought, but yeah. Oh, that's chicken. Yes. So she,
Chicken.
yeah, she goes right for the chicken. And
Yeah,
starts,
she hasn't eaten in a few days.
yeah, you see, she starts to consume it hungrily, and she sits down with her back up against the chopping block, and
I
Consume mass quantities.
yes,
I guard the door.
yeah, she starts, continues eating it. So, so what are the rest of you guys gonna do then?
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's good
until
muffins. I'll have a muffin.
Yeah, I mean, we can all eat. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's
if
have
you
a
guys-
meal.
In fact, if you guys
We
want to
can-
take a short, this would count as a short rest if you guys need any. I think the only one that
Okay.
was
Sure.
wounded is Samril, I think.
Yep, I'll take that.
Yeah, so you can do apply your hit dice if you wish for, or if one of your or you've got the healing ability too, I guess, but you can do it to yourself. Whatever you want.
I consumed my hit die and I play my harp for everyone to enjoy.
Okay.
Sing us a song.
Meshuggah!
Play.
Music to eat chicken by. Okay, well, if you guys, if the plan is after the short rest that you're going to continue to explore the town, I think this is actually probably a good spot to call the session for tonight.
Alright.
We can start
Yeah.
off fresh after the short rest, and you guys can then resume the exploration of Nightstone. So
Yeah.
Cool.
cool. All right.
Sounds good.
Looks like it's working. The chat seems to be quite a bit more stable than VC was, so I'm pleased
Yeah.
as punch about that. Still some goofiness with Roll20 with the delays we were saying. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what that.
Yeah.
And I have to double check the stream as far as the the
Right.
audio sync. It seemed like, although my audio's fine, and sometimes it seems like you guys are fine, but I wasn't watching closely enough to see, so I don't know if it's something I can
Yeah.
correct for.
Yeah, little lags every once in a while, just
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
some of the people. But
Right.
other than that, if that's the worst thing, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal. So, all right. Otherwise, successful start to
All
the
right.
campaign. Looking forward to next session, and we'll continue the exploration of Nightstone.
Good night,
Excellent.
everybody.
Thanks a lot,
Sounds
everyone.
good.
Thanks,
Have a good
everyone.
night.
Yep. See you
Bye.
guys.